you want to be watching on this map in particular, but as we mentioned before, PaperX very well rounded on Fracture. For NRG, having a little bit of a look at a Phoenix comp, they've gone a completely different direction with the Phoenix Waylay. It is still, you know, similar flavors from both of these teams running the double duelist, but not in agreeance about how they want to be doing it.
Yeah, I think both teams are just going to be sticking to their guns here. Obviously, like, no one's going to be deviating too far from what they've already kind of shown so far. Fade versus Sky into the mix there as well. One of the few maps you're going to end up seeing something move over to the Brimstone from his usual jet position, which I'm sure for the rest of the BO3, he'll be comfortably moving back on towards the jet. But yeah, you called this one, man. Jing on the Rays, probably one of the few players that you have to be really careful about.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree. I think for NRG, it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this one. Fracture is not a map that they've had heavily repped in the last 3 months. You know, they've only had a couple of officials on it, a few of those over in Americas, one in the Swiss stage of Santiago, which is a very, very tight game versus Foot, whereas PaperX, this is a true map for them. They have been picking it a lot, and they've had some pretty good runs on it as of recently. You talked about their game over in Santiago that went quite well for them. We won't talk about the rest of the final. That's not really relevant, Kev. What's relevant is they need this opening group stage win here against NRG here at EWC.
All right, well, we have PRX on the defensive side, NRG on the attacking side, looking over towards the top so far on Arcade. First up will be Jing. Beautiful shot onto Kiko and a follow-up from Devi as well. It's gone pretty damn well for PRX, you would say, minus the fact that Jing does trade his own life. 4 versus 2 in the opening pistol.
Yeah, Brock and Scuba trying to contact their way upstairs. Out comes the guiding light for Forsaken and pushes them away nicely. You had the Sky Smoke invested there for something. Just no opportunities given for NRG to be able to get back into that round. Should
be a pretty tough one here, Scuba. Let's see if he gets something for his money to end this round with, but we're looking over to a PRX first round victory. Low HP here for Scuba as well.
Yep, tapping away with the Bandit. See if he can farm himself up at Neural Theft, but Invi will put him down. A nice setup there on Arcade from PaperX. Jing in the perfect little off angle, tucked behind the box, and that is a very good way to start your defense.
Comfortable. PRX, a team that we expect to go very far in this tournament, had a decent placing last EWC, but in terms of the Masters so far this year, 2 second places. NRG themselves really competitive from North America. Didn't quite do as well in last year's EWC. I'd like to make sure they hit the top 4 minimum this time, if not taking it all the way.
Soniko here for NRG. Looking to work towards Dish. PaperX on the other side of things have taken A main control. Trailblazer all the way through the south side of the map. They know exactly what's happening on bottom side, and Timmy the Turret has got Dish on lock.
Taking it slow, but waiting to explode here for NRG. Being stalled out by some of the utility coming through from Devi. Grenade from Jing as well. Oh, big damage actually onto Ethan. Put down to 8 HP, but they got to commit to this one. Flash is coming on through. Devi swings into a triple kill. Beautiful stuff. Brock the only one that actually gets the kill. And PRX handling this anti-eco with near perfection.
Yeah, I mean, they cleared out all the bottom side. They had double nanos on Dish. They dropped the nade on that exact position. It felt like they were all over. The information game knew exactly where NRG were coming from and had the perfect utility in the perfect positions. Saying that, though, for NRG, not much in that one. Just a handful of pistols. They've handed 4 more towards the lockdown of Devi going forward, and now PaperX into what looks like a pretty clean bonus round. They've definitely got some punching power here.
Yeah, Devi definitely getting ahead in terms of the kill department. 5-1. 3 away from the lockdown. Let's see what kind of timing we get here first. Round of rifles coming through NRG. Going back over towards the B side. A little bit of information there from Forsaken. A big stack, though, from PRX.
Yeah, progression smoke for NRG over on Arcade. That'll be given to them. They're looking for the lurk here of Scuba as the cam is dealt with. Forsaken looking to push the issue, but cannot find the Cypher. It's a complete disengage. Over on the other side of the site, Envy inside of this Arcade smoke. Doesn't go well for him. Something's found one on the site. Picks up the Phantom, and Forsaken's got him covered nicely from stairs side. What a nice pivot in from PaperX. This bonus round looks like it's theirs on a silver platter.
Yeah, I mean, expected even that Envy was going to get something that he gets found early, but the rest of the players Forsaken ready to be able to trade. And so, you know, a little bit more in terms of damage being done, but mostly while they got up 2 players still alive. You take that bonus, 3-0 NRG after a bit of a rough one to start with.
Yeah, it's never ideal to be in this position. Having a loss versus the bonus. PaperX, you can see already looking pretty locked in. Smiles on the faces is exactly how you want the opening of this game to go on your map pick. Devi getting close to a lockdown as we head towards the first gun round. Same for a showstopper.
Yep.
All of these big impact ults are very much well within the wheelhouse if they can get towards round 5 here for Paper X.
He got one away as well. But unfortunately, just doesn't quite have the equipment, and well, he'll earn the ultimate not to be able to use in this particular round. Stimmed up, Forsaken taking advantage of that one. Not expecting too much here. Rifles versus nothing. Forsaken earns his ultimate, and we're just getting prepped for the next round as well. Ethan taking whatever he can out of this map.
Jing flying around as he's often liable to do, and despite a dink in from Ethan, that is a flawless anti-eco for Paper X. They are really running away with this game with a bit of a landslide to kick things off, but can only imagine NRG will only wait so long before they actually start to crack through with a gun round.
Yeah, NRG don't want to suffer the same fate Lev did against PRX on this particular map. For that to happen, we'll need to start seeing some real life come through from NRG soon.
See what they put together. You did mention they earned the run it back at the end of that last eco round. That can really be one of these ults that helps you simplify things a little.
Open line as well. Marta wants to get something done here. You have to really get anything on board.
He will be holding that stairs line. Does seem like Paper X are heading in that direction. Sky Smoke, little satchel up on in, and now you got the showstopper as a result. Does clean up Marta despite the refract. Ethan at least able to take Jing with him, but it's a good start for Paper X nonetheless, and now they're trying to read the position of the rest of the attackers with these Seekers.
Now, Seekers will reveal the bottom side of the map pretty comfortably so far. Scuba kind of gets away, though. He wasn't one of the players that actually got revealed by the Seekers. Still 3 players alive for NRG, so work to be done here. They can get on site pretty comfortably for now, as most of these PRX players have fallen off somewhat, minus something which is in play. And he's got a double. What a unbelievable spray transfer. He'll die for it towards the end, but the rest of the players, no issues there for PRX. 5-0 and something unreal with his ability to get that 2K.
It's disgusting off the back of the breach flash, diving in through the smoke despite being at a man advantage. NRG not quite able to get comfortable. And they will take a timeout as a result. This has been a bit of a battery to kick off this game of Fracture from Paper X, a map that they're very familiar with, and it seems like they're going to run away with another landslide victory over an America's team, unless you start to get some quick adjustments here from NRG.
Well, they certainly are from the north side of America, and that side in this particular game right now, 0-5 is the scoreline. But what a way for PRX to handle that aggression that we saw from potentially Marta setting up a bit of a line there, trying to catch a player up from PRX, and the instant util coming through, the stun, Jing wanted to get in, the showstopper, completely blowing up that setup from NRG.
See what the adaptations start to come through from NRG. You've seen them mostly lean towards that arcade side of the map, and mostly hitting one side. Hasn't really been working out too well for them. I feel like Paper X have often been quite happy to stack that side of the map and play a little bit more retake towards A.
We saw that one round where they had an eco 5-man up dish, completely slowed down by all the utility coming through, particularly from Devi, nanoswarms, everything else. There we go. Again, a lot required here from NRG. Still waiting for that run it back, which needs to be an important ultimate here, but Nightfall also earned by Ethan.
Towards the dish early on here for Paper X. Once again, it's the guiding light up over the top of Arcade, but that's only really there to condition NRG, who are starting to walk their way into A main and take some map control.
Yeah, first time we're really seeing anything through halls. Let's see what we can sort of find here as PRX wanting to make sure they retain control of Rogue's information found. And okay, decent kills. Marta and Kiko finding their mark here. This is 5 versus 3. The first big opportunity for NRG, I would say so far in this entire half.
Fault line a jump spot from Envy. NRG finally starting to organize themselves well and punish some of this aggression in the mid-round from Paper X. Puts them at a pretty massive advantage. Spike will be scooped up there by Brock to join up with the rest of NRG to have taken this A main control earlier, but Forsaken and Envy are already on this A side of the map and Device on the rotate. Yeah, he looks like he wants to move off, so it does still have plenty of util to relay back it towards B. Nightfall coming on in, taking no risks here. Envy will be spotted. Flash as well. He's got no chance, but a better flash potentially against NRG. Envy now will be able to at least trade his own life. 1 versus 4 now. Divide with a lot of work to do. No ultimate, and all of his util still left over towards B. Was not going to get a single shot in there. Scuba will find his head right out of the smoke. Yeah, nice adaptation from NRG. Punish all of that mid-round aggression and then just keep things simple. Pivoting back to where they took that A main control earlier on in this round. So a successful timeout. That will help them steady their economy going forward, because they're going to have to make their way through a lot of gun rounds against Paper X, who have had a bit of a blinding start here to Fracture.
Smokes there also cutting off a couple of players from PRX, making sure that the breach of Envy was going to be isolated, despite a pretty good flash coming through from him against basically all 5 from NRG, who some around on that board. Nightfall the only ultimate spent as well, so pretty cheap in that ult economy side, you'll say, is... Let's see what we get done from NRG. Back over towards Arcade.
Yep. Forsaken on over here, trying to disrupt this one as the runner back comes in. Gonna throw out his guiding light, but Kiko is all over it as see the dash in from Marta. In comes the orbital from NRG just to try to zone them away, but in the meantime, you've seen Envy be able to at least pick up one and deal with the runner back as something is pressuring the bottom side of the map.
Okay, what can Scuba do here though? 2 players in front of him. With PRX really off-site, should be a free plant. Scuba, oh, he needed to hit that. Cage should keep him alive for the time being for a little while. No support here for Scuba, so he just needs to be able to hold this on his own.
Oh, instant one-tap from something, though. That does not feel particularly good for an NRG, who are now getting ulti dumped on the side. Out comes both the breach ult and the brim ult. Kiko's been able to find one, but that's a nice flash to set up something. Talk inside a tower. Very low here. The lion's share of the work has to be done by Kiko as the brim molly tries to delay the plant for a little longer.
Workable. 2 versus 2 now. Operator have a divide. Maybe not the best in terms of weaponry for this. First tap on the spike. Wall fades. Device are looking for targets.
Last player standing.
Something on DeBrock. It's just Kiko left alive, and he just can't quite hit, and something. Doesn't even matter that he's not on a duelist. He'll find the aim. He's got the sharpness of it. Saw how sharp that was up against Scuba. He'll make sure he'll finish up the last 2 players of NRG, and despite the spike being planted there, no dice for the round.
Yeah, very nicely navigated by Paper X. He pushed bottom side through A main right from the get-go. I think this opener was fantastic from Kiko, using the run it back just to be able to set up NRG for success, but Paper X mid-rounding their way out of a bad situation. The ulti combo on that site really helped them kind of narrow down where NRG were playing the post plant from. And then something 9 and 2, just a phenomenal multi-frag from him.
And even the utility usage, I mean, you look at the orbital strike, completely isolating Ethan. You had the nade coming through paint shells from Jing, followed up by a flash as well. Now something. Just going to fire a couple of shots into halls, but here come the rest of the players. Almost had a collateral there. No theft now from Scuba to reveal the rest of the members. The rest of the members are coming in nice and quick for PRX.
Scuba inside of the cage. NRG fighting hard in towards Sandside, and they punished the flood so nicely. Read it with the neural theft, and they knew that Paper X really wanted to try to get in and take that fight before the spike even went down. It's all down to something, and he wasn't ready for Scuba to have slipped through already onto the A site. A second round for NRG.
Seems like the 2 rounds NRG have gone so far have come through from the fact that they can find some punish early, particularly over towards, you know, that's A side of the map. Find those early picks, handle the flood coming in through from PRX, and sort of twice in a row for the 2 successful rounds. That seemed to work out for them. B, on the other hand, has been a bit more of a worrisome part of the map. They've recovered 2 here. They can at least get 4 to 5. You'll say it's an okay half for them, but otherwise PRX looking for that 7 to finish up our first half to make sure they're in the lead.
It'll be a big round for NRG. Money is starting to get a little bit dry for Paper X after their landslide of victories to open up this half. Starting to run out of cash here. Op picked up by Marta. Hasn't really had a chance to get involved in this game. He's often just been dashing in and refracting in on the entry. Ethan's taking dish here. A lot of moves being made on the map by an NRG, who is just waiting for a reaction from Paper X. Forsaken looking for information with the Trailblazer.
We'll see just the one. Kiko, not really too much information there so far. A lot more movements starting to flow over from both of the teams, you'd say. Well, Forsaken wanted to make that play happen. Not going to be the case now. As time starts to run out, that smoke comes down just as Marta had the line of the op.
Jing v Scuba on the bottom of the map does not go well for the Rays, unfortunately. Scuba really keeping that A main push in check, and I dare say that this is going to prompt a little bit more aggression for a Paper X, who just don't really have any info on what's happening on the map. They've got the A info line, but that's about it.
I mean, that's his huge kill, because now PRX have to commit a little bit more over to the A side, something waiting. But as time starts to dwindle, it looks like NRG will be finishing over towards A. Just something to slow this one down. Rest of PRX wanting to stack over towards B. And there's the first spot. Okay, Molly to slow it down. Haunt wall spot him, and they already knew he was going to be there. Conversion pass, you shouldn't expect too much from something here. A little bit more aggression though from NRG because they got to get the spike down. Time is running out here, and Forsaken's causing problems. Devi is still in there as well. Stops the plant from coming on through, and that just isn't enough.
Yeah, Kiko really needed to win that last tool. Lockdown invested there from Devi just to be able to keep things interesting, and if he was able to win enough of those tools, could have really created some magic for Paper X. But as it stands, unfortunately, NRG capitalizing on that nice opening advantage that they had, grouping up together, and even with the clock running down, they've thrown the kitchen sink at that round. They understand just how battered and bruised Paper X's economy was, and winning that round is phenomenal for them to start to make a bit more of a resurgence into this first half.
Barely any time left, and they have to get that last kill, and Devi falls just in the nick of time here, so still trying to rescue the scoreline a little bit. Is going to be NRG in first time. We're going to see PRX really in the eco. Haven't really seen their money run dry just yet, as they want to get aggressive over towards the bottom side of the map. 3 players stacked up so far, and NRG walking to the turret.
Yeah, just Devi here. Doesn't have too much help. Mollied out of position, not much for him to do. Over on the bottom side of the map, though, that's a nice opener from something. Trips now down. Rifle looking to be picked up. Guiding Light will enable that, and Paint Shells even to push Ethan away. NRG set up on the side, but haven't got the spike down just yet.
Okay, well, here it comes now. One go to Jane, guess what? That's ultimate ready to go. Be sure that that could be a big one for this round as well. Something's also one away, but might even be playing for exits here if they're going to play this one slowly.
Soaking up on the line, tapping away. He knows kind of where Kiko is, but not quite able to deal with him. The seize is going to slow him down. Paper X not really making too many moves elsewhere. Aggressive play punished. They're very much keeping NRG pinned into this site. In goes the showstopper. Molly on the spike from the attackers, just trying to buy time and time Paper X out of this round. Showstopper invested. Envy is on the defuse. Something up inside of the smoke. Wrap around there from Ethan, and Marta closes it out with 2 outlaw shots. Spike goes off. How many NRG players will survive at the end of that round? I couldn't tell you. But that definitely would have gotten expensive for them.
Showstopper kind of gave away false info there as well, because I think Jane thought he had cleared tower, but not to be the case. Throw that one in there. Dealt a bunch of damage, but no kill actually coming on through. You can see how slowly PRX ended up playing that round. The fact that they were even in position to actually make a play for the defuse, though, that's got to show that they have the capability.
Yeah.
But 4 now found for NRG.
Very patient there. Money not fantastic for NRG. But they've definitely made a big dent in this round deficit that they accrued early on. Slow things down on towards the bottom side. Once again, Ethan trying to create a little bit of pressure towards Dish on his lonesome.
Devi back on A. Helped a little bit by Forsaken. Both teams not wanting to make any early moves. Last 2 rounds of this half as well. NRG looking to scoop them both if possible. Still plenty of decent ultimates on the side of NRG. First bit of information now finally coming through. Does Marta have the patience to get the shot?
Now comes the Seeker's going to layer in a guiding light there and recognize that there's at least a couple of players over here. Saturate goes on in. Very tight line for Forsaken. Gets legged out by the AWP as the Prowler pushes in back.
Okay, Nightfall coming on through. They'll catch maybe one player, not quite perhaps Forsaken, but he managed to dodge that one out in time, and the rest of PRX now slowly moving on in. First duel, Forsaken wins it, scuba down. Onto site now, Devi trying to hold this one. Brock on as well. That's a spike on the floor, by the way. Doesn't look going down. Tomato, some damage come through from the orbital, and NRG is still pulling through a decent number of kills. 2 versus 2. The runner back is gone.
Careful here.
Ethan needs to scoop up the spike here. 20 seconds on the clock. Molly going down. Kiko with the late wrap over through onto Sand. Deals with something. It's just Jing by himself. He knows the spike hasn't gone down. It's an awkward exchange here for NRG, who are investing all of the Phoenix util just to be able to cross. Jing up close to the Blaze Wall here. Satchel trying to cancel the plan. Nope. Not quite able to do it. That's going to go down for NRG. Now they're just playing this crossfire off of Ethan.
Yeah, this is going to be so hard to do. 1 versus 2 through the wall. Double swing, and Jing doesn't even get a shot off. Dangerous situation, and we sort of remember the round where Devi ends up going down just before the time runs out, and Jing has to be very careful we're not just delivering his own life away before the plant comes on through. But a difficult 1v2, but yeah, we're really getting into the weeds of NRG's comeback on this first half now, because it were down by quite a few rounds.
Yeah. Look at that, 4 in a row. Very good resurgence after the tactical timeout. Got to give a lot of credit to NRG there. Paper X now really being made to sweat here on Fracture. Keiko has got the Outlaw, juggling that with the Vandal. Maybe kind of rethought his purchase there as they're really trying to isolate Scooper on top side. He's made it out of dodge though, investing the cage, and now you're seeing NRG speeding up on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Scooper's going to get crunched on, and NRG will make some moves now after hearing all of that noise. Still, look at Forsaken. He wants to go for the chase. Scooper's about to make his way onto B, but the spike and the rest of NRG looking over towards A. A big flank, though, from both Jing and Forsaken that NRG have to be a little bit careful about. First up, mibr versus something. Smoke starting to fade, and something will get that shot in first. Ethan, no response.
It's very tense here. Forsaken's found another one. It's a bit of a landslide of frags for Paper X coming back in on this retake. Brock still alive inside of the site. Gonna drop the orbital. Hits 2 players from Paper X, but unfortunately Divide with the last second shot, and Jing ready for the flank of Scuba. It's a 7-5 here. Paper X with their nose out in front at the half.
Yeah, well, unfortunate. Thought the orbital might have done a little bit more, but Divide too quick on the trigger finger. As we close out the half there, this will still be PRX.
Yeah, doing quite well for themselves, but you've got to give a lot of credit to NRG. I mean, that's what we know them for. Got great leadership, great coaching staff, so post-attack timeout, after they made the adjustments that were necessary, is a much more competitive half from there. They are not scared of Paper X's fracture here. Yeah. They're quite happy to leave it in the veto.
And handling the aggression well as well, in terms of knowing that, okay, well, the first 2 rounds NRG won largely came off the back of Paper X wanting to explore the map, wanting to take some angles, wanting to sort of fight for positions on the map, and NRG all too happy to receive that and punish.
I think NRG is the kind of team that stylistically we see a lot of the times when they play each other. They often force Paper X to slow down a little bit sometimes. Quite happy to just sit back, hold some of the angles, and wait for Paper X to make the move in the early to mid round that they're looking to punish. I think you saw a lot of that from NRG. Scuba given a lot of space to kind of work on his lonesome. mibr with the offensive operator.
Would love to have seen a little bit more out of that op, unfortunately. You sort of mentioned that, but mibr didn't quite have as much impact on that first half as we would have liked. Particularly on the op side of things. I mean, the first round that we saw the op, he instantly got util pushed out.
Yeah. That's just attacking side waylay things, though. You know, you're not really going to be the fragging duelist on the waylay often when you're playing. You know, Phoenix is definitely the one to be doing the majority of the fragging, to often be following up what is a dash refract a lot of the time offensively. Definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to mix in the op yet again. Here we go into the second half here. Paper X mostly set up on bottom side. Forsaken, I'd imagine, will just be applying a little bit of pressure here. He's got full utility on the sky. Breach on the other side of things as mibr on the line with the Sheriff Refract active. Ethan opens up the door. He's going to jiggle away. Does at least spot out Divide, and there's mibr. Oh, that is such a quick shot from Divide to get the opener.
Yeah, we've seen that from Divide before. Now mibr finds out. 5 versus 4 early on, calling over Ethan, also Brock.
Stomping away. Ethan almost caught on the cross.
Okay. Smoke to try and slow things down. Stun to cause a couple of problems. When do we get the explode? Finally, it comes on through, but just into the meat grinder. Both Ethan and Scoop getting all the kills. Brock like stink into the kill as well. Not just Divide. He has the capability to get those kills. He got the first one of this potential clutch, and he's got another as well. Divide versus Kiko, and Divide's got the hot hands. And I'm not talking about Phoenix here. Kiko's the one playing that. Has he got the capability?
Like hasn't been tapped yet. Kiko knows he could take his time with this one. He's looking like a little bit of a raid boss with the bandit and armor. He's got a lot of util to work with as well. Curveball and a molly. Divide really waiting for a mistake, but he's the one who has to make the first move here. Turret's back up. I think that's what he must have been waiting for.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Spike will be easy here. He doesn't know it, but he doesn't quite know where Kiko is standing and waiting. Kiko just waiting for plant at this stage. Turret will be the one spotting him out first.
Spike planted.
As the molly comes on through, and Divide with the 4K and the clutch. Instant headshot. He started out with that one onto mibr. He'll finish it onto Kiko for another pistol for PRX.
Yeah, you're kicking yourselves as NRG. They rotated so well despite losing that opener onto mibr inside of A main. They were ready for Paper X's execute. They had a big crossfire on the side, but Divide very sneakily able to construct himself a 1v3 on that A site. He opens up the round for Paper X, and he gets it done by himself.
The smoke coming down from Brock, and then the meat grinder of Scuba and Ethan just doing work. But Divide coming on through and just diffusing the scenario. We get another early pick. It's mibr down again. Unfortunately, something It's just going to make mincemeat of him. Ethan will at least get the orb away. That's all that NRG will get so far.
Trailblazer does at least find the buy onto Scuba. 2 players spotted out over on that B side of the map, so you're going to get the pivot back across. Something quite happy to sit in dish side. The rest of Paper X relocating to the bottom side to meet up with Kiko.
He's going to have to hide there, and that should be a little bit of info, but do they know it's the exact corner? They absolutely do. They see the hands. This will be easy. Yeah, shouldn't even lose a single player to Kiko despite the wonky shots from Jing. Now the crunch over on towards A. Brock to try and hold on to this one, but Pistol not going to do you too much good. Easy 9th round here for PRX, 5 versus 2.
1 enemy remaining.
Might not even lose a gun. Indeed, they don't. 5 rifles brought through into the bonus is a very, very good position to be in. As Paper X, NRG once again going to have to play the opening part of this half from behind. So we'll have a look at how their first defensive gun round does look. But, I mean, they were quite resilient in the first half, so have to give them the benefit of the doubt for sure. The
real worrying thing was the fact that PRX did convert the bonus, which is, and then that ended up being 5 rounds in a row for PRX in that first half, and for NRG, wouldn't want that to be the case again. An opportunity here, potentially for Kiko to at least drop 1 gun down. But honestly, when you just have the classics there, it's a little tough. Let's see what the bonus looks like for PRX this time around. NRG really want to win the first gun round of this half. Battlers will get their mark.
Know that there's at least 1 player hanging around outside of A main. That's a Molly being prepped for tower. I do think that they're just going to try to drop off Jing up there with the Trailblazer. Keiko under a lot of pressure, pushed out by the utility, and that's an opener for Devi inside of A main. He's punished the push from NRG on the other side of the map when the pressure was coming through into tower, and now NRG are reeling in their first gun round here.
PRX, they can just abandon B at this time as well if they want to go towards A, but they'll slow things down. They'll say, let's recommit. Force the rotations from NRG first. Devi can even go for a little bit more if he wants to, but on the other side of the map is Envy and Jing. Yeah, they've just completely dominated. So we're seeing the first half Groundhog Day here for NRG. Just can't win that 3rd round.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, they were well aware that there was a player hanging around outside of A, confirmed by the Prowler, but Devi has just been on one. He's having one of these games. Been in some excellent form as of late. And when he takes over a game for Paper X, there's just really not much he can do. Brock last alive, trying to hold onto his rifle. Not spotted out by the guiding light.
Just wants to save. My man just wants to stay alive.
Down and out.
He's been spotted. Devi, he's going to go for a little bit more. And, well, just saw the back of the player. Brock at least shuts him down. Devi's got locked down either way. He'll be happy with that one. Brock's going to convert another kill.
Yeah, don't feed him an orbital. He's only 1 off at this point. If he's able to get 1 more kill, he'll have it. And I think his respect has been earned here as Paper X hitting double digits. Not able to bring as many guns out of that round, but when you win the bonus, I don't think you really care too much.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many rounds in the bank at the moment in terms of where this lead is going. You got Ultimate Stun to come online as well. You got Devi winning a 1v2. Oh my god, that just cannot happen if you are NRG. Would love to see if we can get a POV of that one, but NRG taking their 2nd timeout now, and I think they need it.
Yeah, and see what they're going to construct here around this singular save Phantom. Got to be some level of investment here for NRG to try to keep things interesting. They did manage to take some guns away from Paper X. They'd love to do some more economic damage, if not give themselves an outside shot of winning this round. But if things go the way they're expected, Paper X will be up 11-5 here on Fracture, and it's going to be a difficult position to come back from if you're NRG, given just how strong Paper X have been looking on this map lately.
And this is the PRX off out of the starting gates and into the immediate sprint we saw them take in London in the grand finals, just dominating on the opening map. But this one is definitely more competitive, but at the same time as well, PRX are here for a reason. They know they can just take this map away and get that immediate 1-0 in this BO3. NRG looking for answers.
Can't have a slow start for either one of these teams. You would be honestly a little bit upset that this is the opening game of EWC. It's a very stacked tournament, of course, but Paper X and NRG would probably be a game we'd be expecting pretty deep into the playoff bracket.
Couple of half buys coming on through. Obviously, Brock did save over that 1 rifle. See if he can be the hero for this particular round.
A main taken again by NRG.
Okay.
Lockdown being invested on this B side of the map. Paper X playing it very slowly. Not quite rushing into B by any stretch of the imagination. Showstopper now picked up by Jing.
We'll see what they still have to declare once the lockdown has concluded. Obviously, we can see that NRG are going to be late to the party here a little bit as Jing wants to start that party. He'll go down, though. Doesn't hit anyone. The showstopper again. It's Marta and Ethan getting on the board here, and PRX are left hurting. They're the ones with the guns. And still NRG coming out ahead on that one. Not Scuba, though, because Devi is still managing to land these clean shots.
They isolated him nicely. Utility invested. In comes the Nightfall, though. From NRG, trying to complete this retake in from Gen side. Envy disrupting. He's got a nice crossfire in with Devi, but that player on the site has gone down. Devi now known. Something on the wraparound. Could have a really good flank timing here as we head into a 2-on-2. Kiko, that's a huge pick to be able to get across to the side. They know exactly where something is, but the movement is a little bit too good. Clutch needed for Paper X, and NRG will be kicking themselves, Kev. They put themselves in an excellent position there post-timeout.
And they barely had any equipment. They came through with the lesser money, just came out of the timeout. Start with a 5 versus 3, ends up being a 2 versus 1. But unfortunately, NRG just didn't quite have eyes on where something was. So 2 players looking in opposite directions and no ability to trade something fast enough to once again dragging that crosshair over, transferring onto the secondary, cleaning up the 1 versus 2. And these are the moments that will just set PRX aside ahead of the others and far ahead of NRG so far on this map.
Put a dent in the economy of Paper X, though. It was only a half buy for NRG, who now have a follow-up gun round with some ults to work with. Out comes the C's there in combination with the Orbital. I think that's just going to kill one player outright. Ethan following up super nicely. And again, it's a 2-man advantage for NRG.
So it's time. You're hoping that NRG will be able to navigate this 5v3 a little bit cleaner, but Devi is still alive. Something's still alive as well. 2 of the biggest fraggers so far that we've seen in this particular map, particularly Devi. So the opportunity is still there. You can start seeing some clean rounds.
Jump spot, curveball to follow up. Everything going the way of NRG until something steps into the limelight, which is a very similar story to what we saw in that last round. Paper X volleyed off. Too much fire in the way, and they're going to pivot across the sand.
They burn some defensive utility away from NRG, but they themselves on the PRX side is still left wanting here. It's something going to cause a little bit of noise, might cause a little bit more. You start to see Forsaken take the spike away, so it might end over towards me, but for the time being, something wanting to sell this one. Won't sell it for very long because of Nero Theft. As NRG themselves will start to make their way onto the opposite side of the map. Still going to get past this trip.
Forsaken still with the trip nicely. This is a winnable 2-on-3 for Paper X. Ethan in a great position in a crossfire with Scuba over on Heaven's side. Ethan very low, but Scuba playing off him nicely. Out comes the run it back from Kiko, but it's not even needed. Scuba getting it done himself, and NRG capitalizing on a 2-man advantage that they weren't quite able to in the round previous.
Still a dangerous amount of players end up going down there for NRG, which goes to say that, you know, even with 3 for Paper X, still very highly capable. 5 versus 3 and 2 will survive for NRG, but they get the round, importantly.
Yeah. Let's see what we're going to get here. NRG have got a lot of work to be doing, and you can see that the money's starting to get a little bit battered and bruised for Paper X. Couple of rifles to mix on in here. Orbital and Seekers at the ready as well.
Rolling Thunder 1 away. It's a big round for ultimates for PRX, but not much else at the moment.
Paper X grouping their way in towards A main, joined up by Forsaken here. We'll see how many ults they're going to throw at this round. Try to make their lives a little bit easier. You can see that NRG are well and truly ready for the flood. Even the B players are playing retake, leaning in spawn side.
Doors open. Kiko on to Jing first. A lot of pressure coming through from Rogues, and looks like PRX still want to challenge this one, but they're just challenging into their own deaths. At least Envy is going to make his way over towards the site and get this plant. You'd imagine if he goes for it in a timely manner, but currently 1 versus 4. NRG will be able to pick up another round.
You can see the elbow. One off the Rolling Thunder. Peppered away through those smokes on spawn side, and Saturate doesn't quite connect. That gives him an opportunity onto Ethan, but the crouch peak is a little bit faster. That is 4 alive for NRG. And 11-7 honestly is not that crazy of a scoreline to overturn here for an NRG who is confidently finding their way into advantageous situations round on round on round. Last 3 rounds in a row, they've been up in numbers quite substantially. Yeah.
Could have been a dangerous round as well. I mean, we saw the trap set up over towards ropes, but an opportunity for PRX if they were able to make their way into sight. Well, they do nibble on that hook that was put out there, wanting to really challenge for ropes as we get into the timeout here for PRX. Seeing what ways they can just buckle up for these last 2 rounds that they need to finish up map 1.
Feels like they're in very good form right now. Even the rounds where they're behind in numbers, they're keeping things kind of on a knife's edge. The individual players looking very sharp. I mean, that's a given when you get Paper X. But still need to close here against the NRG. That can be quite troublesome once they get on a little bit of a roll, especially with this kind of comp. I feel like Keiko is in quite good form on the Phoenix. If he starts chaining the run-it-backs together, that's going to be a little bit of a difficult prospect.
See, it's about breaking that early chain of rounds that PRX have, and you see what happened in what we'll call the second quarter here, but the second half or that first half where NRG start to get it together. That time might just happen again now. 2 in a row here. Economy is starting to look a little bit safer. PRX were the ones that actually had a slightly broken economy, but those ultimates I talked about in that last round are still available now.
Absolutely. That's what I got my hours on as well, and they're already prepping themselves for a BXQ. Marta looking to disrupt. What an excellent guiding light, though. And NRG are just bumping into each other. Curveball, as well as the Prowlers, just trying to zone Paper X away. So a little bit of a standstill in the mid-round here as Paper X look to pivot back to 8.
So a lot of util being thrown back and forth, plenty of flashes, and Marta will be the one that ends up falling there. As Forsaken will keep things busy over on the B side of things, including the Seekers. Wants to really sell this one, but slowly Scuba's making his way over. Brooks sniffing something through here as well. Not too sure where the direction is, but will just cover drop for the time being. Rolling Thunder clears the sight. Scuba's first down, trying to dodge away from the ult, but running to the hands of Divide.
Yeah, he felt like he had a timing there. Brock spamming away as Paper X have done a really good job this round. Kiko, though, applying some pressure from the flank could start to cause some problems and throw a spanner in the works for Paper X.
It could have been really dangerous if something was still alive here, but now A main control being taken away. NRG working their way up, still have Forsaken to clear on the top side as well.
Great stun. Honestly, still peeking down for Brock. Oh. Just jiggling away. Honestly, that's a decent haunt. They know where Paper X are playing from, but killing them is another story. 1v1 here for Kiko.
Kiko versus Forsaken again, the player that was unknown for the time being, and Forsaken will run the clock down. He's going to start making some moves away, but as the spike starts to get diffused here, he's almost looking to just stick this one, but that's going to be half so far. Time is running out. Forsaken's just going to run down the clock and still gets a headshot anyway. NRG put that one close, but the 12 is still found regardless.
Every single one of these rounds, even if it's like a 3-on-5, every XVX is so incredibly close. Felt like Scuba definitely had a decent time. He dodged a Rolling Thunder so nicely, peeking through the sky smokes. I'm surprised he doesn't even get one there, and that is courtesy of Divide just being able to hold every angle, playing patiently exactly when it's needed. 22 kills for Divide. He's got a lot of help from the rest of the boys. I mean, whenever Jing is on the raise, that's who my eyes are on, but honestly, he's not needed to do a whole lot this game.
Yeah, I mean, when Divide's killing everybody, everyone else is just kind of scrambling to see what pieces they can still get in there. Speaking of which, Marta would like one of those pieces on his side of things, Operator on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of story here for Paper X. A lot of pressure in tower. What a util combo onto Ethan. Not much he could have done there. And that's an opening pick for a Paper X who have a little bit of control towards A main. Kiko once again has to overturn this round in the favor of NRG, pushing Forsaken off the line straight into the open arms of Marta.
Marta's in there. Kiko's in a little bit deeper as well. Burns his ultimate, the runner back nice and early, but guess what? PRX are gone. Nobody's home. On the other side of the map now is where we got to play.
Marta scaled in. Orbital won't catch Scuba if he's going to play in that little corner there. He's dodged it nicely. This has to be hard cleared here by Paper X.
Yeah, Scuba's in a great spot. Do they see him? They do, but they don't quite get the kill just yet. Jing, though, wants to send out the rocket. He'll find Scuba. Still, though, players looking down for PRX and NRG. 3 versus 1. Jing has a lot of work to do here, and this is looking like it should be a good round for NRG now.
Anticipating a flank on top side, but he won't be given any reward for his patience. It's one off the paint shells with the satchel to work with here, and this is very winnable. Both Brock and Marta are a little bit worse for wear. If anything, it looks like he's saving.
Economy's not good. Look at the money. 200 in the bank for Jing. Most of the players... I
would have expected him to go for it. I'm not going to lie. It's Jing.
He does have a good round leading. You know, it's 12-7, but...
That's very sensible for Jing.
10 seconds left.
Sensible and Jing, something we'll have to get used to. Or maybe not. We'll see how the future rounds go. NRG claw one back.
Double lockdown for Paper X in the back pocket, though. 4 more needed to push us through into overtime. Definitely doable for NRG. Marta's having a tough time getting into the game, though. I feel like he's taking this arcade line a lot of the time, and he's constantly getting pushed away.
Yeah.
I think this tower side play has been very successful for PaperX. Either they're catching the waylay. Last round, they caught Ethan with just utility. I'm surprised that, honestly, NRG was able to recover from that. It was courtesy of a great hold from Scuba. Pixel perfect positioning. Doesn't get caught by the orbital. That's what you want to be seeing from your anchoring Cypher on defensive Fracture.
Talk about Arcade. I mean, that's where NRG want to put the pressure again. It's Marta once again on that line, but Tree is where PRX will start moving out from. That Prowler didn't get to see much, so good information for Ethan.
As he execute over towards Beijing. Straight on in towards Canteen. I'm surprised he's even alive. Brook has found Envy in the meantime. This is just not going well for PaperX, and Kiko was undiscovered. Nice reaction onto Devi, honestly, and Brook has got him back. This is just going nowhere fast for PaperX.
Yeah, Jing had no HP to work with there. Now Forsaken has to do a lot, and he couldn't land the shots or something, doesn't have the gun. So he's here to just maybe get a couple of shots in there.
He just wants one gun. He's just jiggling in the corner. Mollied out of position. Nicely done for NRG. A great anti-eco to give them their 9th.
Chipping away at it. 3 more to go. NRG getting a string of an hours. PRX desperate to find this last map. Will take the final timeout. It does seem like it just keeps slipping away from them.
Yeah. Yeah, all 4 timeouts used in regulation. Giving NRG the respect that they deserve. These two teams relatively familiar with each other, even if it's been a little while since they last played.
Goes to show that NRG not out of it, despite how behind they were on the rounds.
Totally
both halves.
I mean,
really.
PaperX have had phenomenal starts to both halves, and yeah, I totally agree. I think NRG have been pretty good.
Puckett's just handed me a drawing of the US flag, so he's feeling it right now. He's back in NRG all the way, and well, 3 more rounds. Puckett might just be right.
Yeah, maybe. The, I guess, onus is on PaperX to close out this opening map of Fracture. It is their map pick. Left in the veto by NRG. Will have known that PaperX will be liable to be picking that, especially with how good. That will be the timeout elapsing. Let's see what PaperX have drawn up here. Do still think that they have the lockdown in the back pocket.
Yep.
So that's going to have to be something that they're considering for NRG. I mean, they have the orbital to potentially cancel that later on in the round.
I will find you.
Don't think that's something they necessarily want to have to do, but if it comes down to it.
Last time we saw the lockdown, Devi used it quite aggressively on B side, just from the tunnel.
Again, pressure on the bottom side of the map for NRG, and conversely for PaperX, very much just trying to make some noise over towards Arcade. Cypher Cam dealt with, and Forsaken going to make his way into unders.
Marta patiently waiting for Devi as well, who, as a reminder, Devi got a double kill here not too long ago. And in fact, a couple of pings going on towards A-holes. This could get dangerous for PRX.
Marta changing up his angle of approach. He is very much on his lonesome here. There's a couple of kill trips on the side, but that's about it.
Oh.
Jump spot out from Devi. Fault line onto the line is perfection. He's just being given nothing.
Yeah. Has to think about saturating that one potentially, but he has to exit regardless, and throwing a shot out there, but still low HP. Nightfall coming in defensively. Ethan arriving to help out the fellas of NRG on this defense. Oral as well being dropped into smoke.
Something in the meantime. The players in Sand are starting to get in the mix. Envy has cleared Marta out of the side. Scuba stepping through the smoke. Checked nicely there by Forsaken. Even if something goes down, and this will be the lockdown, just trying to zone Kiko away. Make sure he doesn't even have any chance in hell at closing out this round, and he'll have to respect it.
Yeah, minimum. He's going to have to wait this one out. And then he's got to clear absolutely everything. Turret in Sand. Alarm bot in Hole. Obviously, Kiko doesn't have to worry about that part. But he does have to worry about walking to the high-low. And being Forsaken, ready to go. They know the positioning now, and 3 of them will swing at the same time. No chance for Kiko, and PaperX will take map 1.
Yeah, nicely done. I mean, credit to NRG trying to overturn 2 pretty big deficits at the half. They put together some good rounds of their own, but PaperX have been really, really hot on this map as of late. I think NRG putting up more of a fight than we even saw in the recent Masters Grand Final. And PaperX, I mean, map pick win for them, but we do still have Lotus up next for NRG. Honestly, I would really expect this series to go to distance. If this is just a 2-0,
Sure.
I think that would be the unexpected outcome. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see them running Phoenix. And this is just kind of their quintessential comp. This is what they play all the time. As you called it, Kev, the stylistic difference between these two teams is the double controller. NRG playing a bit slower of a comp here.
It's also going to be Envy coming through with the fade as well. I mean, typically we've seen on the PaperX side, they've also played the Sky, so this time that's going to be a bit of a swap up from the PaperX side, but otherwise, double duelist from PaperX as expected, just the one duelist coming through from NRG.
Yeah. I actually like the fade better as a solo init, to be honest. I think it gives you a little bit more flexibility in the Sky. Of course, you're kind of going to be lacking flashes a little bit in the comp, and yeah, that's how I feel about the Initiator. Yeah, no one's distracting me right now. It's
I think
fine.
fade has been a little bit more common. Out of all the Lotus games I've seen over time, different metas, fade has been quite at home on this particular map.
It is kind of the vintage duelist on this map. The Sky is kind of the off pick. I think, yeah, mixing flashes in. And I think in particular, PaperX is probably the kind of team that wants to play the Sky a little bit more. They do like to play faster. Even back in the day, they loved playing the Sky on this map. I remember screwing them on this map and just getting bombarded by guiding lights and things like that. But I think the fade, on the balance of probabilities for most teams, is probably a better inclusion. And I think I like the fact that they're playing it here, particularly into the Vice Viper, where you're going to be kind of denied a lot of info and you're going to have to be put through your paces work in the map a little bit more.
Well, let's kick this one off. Lotus map 2, obviously lots of pressure over towards B as expected. It's NRG on the attacking side of things, something waiting on the other side, plenty of teammates.
Oh, there are 8 people in front B right now. Prowler and Paranoia going forward. Marta straight into the side. What a disgusting right click, but Jing able to at least trade back the raise, so no smokes now for the defense, and NRG will slow this one down.
Yeah, that was a crazy shot. I mean, I think a lot of the times you probably don't make that one. You just sort of die in that moment, but not here, not today. Marta, like I said it in the pre-show for this map, he needs to step up here, and he has, at least for that opening pick. But what do we want to get over here with something versus 2, Kiko? And also Brock taking, or he already had a little bit of damage taken from a little bit earlier on.
NRG going back for second helpings. This is a bait setup for the player behind the double stack, as something is just diving and dancing around the mound right now, trying to tap down some of these players with the Ghost. Starting to run out of ammo here and dealt with by Kiko, but can Envy be the savior of this round here for PaperX?
Yeah, he's hearing a lot of stuff right now. He's got one backstab kill, catches Kiko out with his hands on the smokes, but it's Brock and Scuba with the door open, able to get those trades. Just Divide left alone now in the 1v3. Low HP for Brock and also Scuba, so fairly winnable. We've seen Divide already get a clutch on that previous round, a map of Fracture rather.
You cannot lose another 1v3 pistol to Divide. He's just going to be living rent-free in your head as NRG. 2 of these players are one tap to the Sheriff. Spike going down courtesy of Ethan. Yet Arkrose is back up as Divide. Not sure if that's something you might want to place to try to find some information here. Ethan, first up to bat. Does try to pepper down Divide, but he's been allowed to cross into the site, completely surrounded. You can see Brock wrapping around through Waterfall side. It's probably not something you'd be expecting. Arkrose has been invested onto the site. Divide creeping forward, but surely should get caught on the cross here by Brock. Not quite.
He's still in it for now. First tap on the spike. Arkrose already used. Positioning pretty open here. Double peek from NRG would be strong. Time running out is a problem, and a double peek will, in fact, come through Ethan for that kill. No clutch this time. Marta happy with that opening.
Yeah, perfection there for NRG, just giving Divide absolutely nothing. I mean, his respect has been earned well and truly by that 1v3 he put together in the second half. Pistol of Fracture. Explosive start to this round. Forsaken.
Still can't
not going to be happy
kill
with that one. But look, NRG, they win themselves a pistol, and we said they needed to start these halves a little bit quicker, and that's a good way to do it here.
Kind of bad for something there, as he saw a lot of heads, couldn't quite connect those shots over towards Mound, and Envy probably would have liked to have gotten one more kill than just the solo he found in Kiko. Rubble side, all 5 up for NRG. And PRX here to match as well, just about 4 members. The first kill onto Forsaken. Okay, Marta, once again, first blood, 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, dealt with over on Rubble side. Picking in with the Horde, similar to what you saw from Ethan in that last round, but none of these classics are having any impact. NRG doing a really good job just pushing this anti-eco away. Divide with a Sheriff in hand, rotating in through spawn side. Wants to try to trim down the numbers.
Oh my god, you cannot be doing that. Okay, that's a problem. Especially if he gets another one here, but disgusting shots so far, and something in there as well. They've just turned this one around.
Player standing.
Good pick from Brock or something.
Timing,
That's a very good timing. Something. That's ridiculous with the Bandit. PaperX are committing daylight robbery right now to complete an eco win in what? That was a 2-on-5.
Yep.
That was a 2-on-5, Kev.
I cannot believe that. Oh, the stars lined up. Couldn't have had a more perfect situation. Something receives the last two players who have no idea that he's there. I mean, he was about to get one freebie, and the second freebie was like, yeah, thank you, yes, I will.
That is just brutal, man. I feel bad for reacting because we're right in front of the players. I'm sure they probably...
Mate, we are the only audience they've got. I mean, I just about lost myself with dividing those two shots in a row.
I almost fell to my knees, I'm not going to lie. Regardless, though, Forcebyte does come in here for NRG. Prowler going forward, and Paper X are very much fighting for this mount control.
Two casters falling to their knees in the EWC arena right now. The only audience that these two teams have got themselves. A nice TP in. Oh, Envy, you should have hit that one. That was almost free. 5 versus 4. He'll want that kill back. And Jing might just be able to get that kill back. Sees players, sees a spike on the floor, and Jing, okay, looking for number 3, and he's got it! Oh! PRX, styling on him.
Looking to continue pushing the issue. Jing is now on for the ace. Showstopper earned. And Kiko, who opened up this round so nicely with the little bit of a shrouded step, crouch jiggle into V, has got far too much work to do. Spike dropped outside of Mount. NRG trying to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary force buy into round number 3 after a shocking eco defeat. Or anti-eco defeat, rather. But I just don't know there's anything that Kiko can really get done here. Paper X with a gorgeous shutdown. And this is what we were talking about. We wanted to see a little bit more from Jing on the raise compared
we also
to Fracture.
Said sensible Jing. He's not just running knee-deep in to try and get the ace.
30 seconds left.
Respecting the fact that still early days here. I want to secure the economy, not do anything too silly.
Yeah.
Kiko just wants to save the rifle, and the hunt is on for what it's worth. So maybe Jing will, in fact, get the ace.
We'll see if he's able to do that. Making a lot of noise coming over here towards Heavenside. He's the player in the position to do it. Kiko, this is just such a favorable angle for the Omen, though. There's no way you check this as Jing.
The head, okay. Kiko probably dies anyway, but Jing would have loved to have been the one getting that kill.
Paranoia out, but Forsaken jumps straight on top of him. 2-1 for Paper X. Another great start to a half here. Money will be broken for NRG.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will have had a sigh of relief after winning the pistol, but this is unfortunately going to be an emotional roller coaster for them.
Look at this again. The opening 3 coming on through. Mata just couldn't quite land it. And Jing ends up getting 4 off the back of this. Pretty gross, but more so than that.
That was a gorgeous arc rose from Divide, by the way. Blinds 2 players after they make contact with Jing and sets him up so beautifully.
Team play, perfect. And instantly shutting down the pistol even more so. Okay, getting into a nice hot territory here. Something Judge in hand. Plenty of NRG players in front. All on pistol, so let's see where the cleanup happens.
Aggressive dash on in. Something very much just kicking his feet, running around with the Judge, trying to get a bit of an anti-eco on. Envy inside of the site has a dark cover for safety. He knows that NRG are kind of halted up in tree for the time being, and the attackers once again will slow this one down. Not much to work with. Just classics and abandoned on Scuba.
Low HP on Martyr as well. Paper X, happy to chill. See what NRG are going to do here. Share covering over towards Mound. B is mostly open, but Devi will be checking that one in terms of his own contact.
A deep sheer wall over towards C Mount, as well as a one-way. Paper X, even if they don't have anyone invested over on that side of the map, are quite happy to just lean towards B and A until it at least gets tripped here. Wall goes back up for NRG.
And through the wall is going to be Forsaken, spamming his way in. And whereas you find one, you shall find more. You know, with all the classics in the eco, that all of NRG are just going to be waiting around the corner. Forsaken gobbles all of them up. One away from the ultimate. And a nice clean round.
Yeah, Paper X, excellent position now, taking no economic damage on this defensive side. Going to start running away with things. NRG once again going to have to take the hard road here. And just gun round by gun round, work their way into this attacking half of Lotus. This is their map pick, though.
And the real disappointing thing is, you know, you would have liked to have seen NRG get off to a bit of a rolling start, pistol, anti-eco. Maybe you lose the round 3. Maybe you don't. I'm always seeing PRX on Fracture. multiple rounds in a row to start things out with post-pistol and see what happens over the B side again for NRG.
Front B cleared out. They want to try to sandwich Mal, but Paper X are already playing around that towards front B. Prowler does confirm that the raise is over towards the door side. Rocket pulled out, not dodged well enough by Forsaken, who goes down, and something pushed away. In goes Jing with his own rocket, looking for Ethan, but denied outright. Ethan doubling up nicely, and this is looking very good for NRG.
Jing doesn't even get a shot in there. That could have been at least one kill coming on through, a little something more for PRX to work with. NRG now should be able to get themselves onto site. Still something to deal with here as the paint shells will just push them off. Haven't even had a chance to talk about the fact that something is playing on the operator here, and at some stage with the numbers in 2 versus 5, how badly does PRX want this retake with the op?
I think you just want to min-max the money. Certainly early days, a lot more legs left in this half. NRG's money hasn't built up too heavily just yet, but they're looking pretty good, honestly. Spikes down, Scuba on the off angle. Might have a good timing here onto something, and if he could take the operator away, that's going to make this one a little bit more expensive for Paper X, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think something really wants to walk too far forward, though. Wants to hide away a little bit deeper on site if possible. So 2 teams will handshake this one away, I believe, as you're not even really playing for exits here if you're PRX. You just want to hold on to what guns you hand. I say that, but Devi and Brock and Ethan will meet.
That trade actually gives 2 ults over to NRG. Both Brock and Ethan were one off. Brock goes down, gets him the Steel Garden. Ethan earns himself the Nightfall and will unfortunately fall to the spike at the end of that round. Not ideal, but still good enough from NRG, who now go into yet another gun round, knowing that they put a pretty big dent in Paper X's economy, and they've got great ults to work with.
It's a showstopper trade that goes in the favor of Mada, and not quite in the favor of Jingers. Ethan will be able to get 3 kills in that particular round. Really put the pain on to PRX. I mean, that's the 3 kills that puts PRX on just the 2 members, including Op, which something this time around.
This is gonna be fun.
Well,
is ready for NRG coming through pillars.
Yeah, over on front B, that has been a pretty big point of contention here. You're going to have to have a Prowler and a Paranoid to push something off the line here. Rubble has been kind of soft cleared by Paper X, who will play the Vice over with a deep wall on 8. Something on the line here. The Fade is over towards main, so they don't actually have a Prowler to push him away. They're trying to throw out a dark cover. A Prowler will set him up on the line, courtesy of Envy, and NRG just going to respect it.
Heading over towards the A side of things. Only Devi here. Sheer wall being played in as well. As it's a big group up for PRX over towards Mound. Still yet to see where NRG want to really seriously start to make some moves.
Yeah, just playing retake A here. They still have the sheer wall, so they're quite happy to lean towards C and the front B info line. Door gets tickled by NRG. Does that give Paper X a little bit of pause for thought where their setup is concerned? 45 seconds, and the attackers are not really budging an inch. Kicking off the B split now. No scope misses from something. He's able to pick up Brook, hit by the Paranoia and traded out by Kiko.
Would have been gross if you got Kiko, but Kiko is happy with that kill. 4 versus 4 now. B is going to be the ending of where the site plant is going to take place. The rest of PRX coming through the door.
Left.
And a big TP as well. Forsaken gonna have the off-angle potential here. Now he doesn't actually commit to the TP. Ethan onto Forsaken as he gets taken down from that door location. And it's been difficult for PRX to buy themselves into the retake so far.
Yeah, Devi needs to get involved in this round over from Heaven side. Only marked by Ethan. Kiko continues to jiggle here. Jing gonna find a pick onto Scuba. And they're taking a long time to get back into the site, but Paper X have at least got some trades on in.
Well, Jingle, if we hear the sounds of victory, and we do for Mada. Big shots in, Ray's going well. Celebratory paint shells, we lock in 3-3 now. Finding some real success on to B, where, hey, PRX have also been wanting to place more of their own resources on that side of the map. Something trying really hard to find value on this operator. And the no-scope just is, unfortunately not, it still gets the kill, mind you.
Oh, it's just a bit of an awkward exchange at the end of the day, unfortunately. And Brock, even though he does go down, I think you're happy with the 1-for-1 onto something, especially because you've already been able to dump the Steel Garden. Wrap around from Mada was perfection. Paper X, it just felt like they had too many different angles to deal with running back into that B side on the post plant.
See if this ends up being a timeout here, but not getting into the next round too quickly yet. But NRG not feeling too rough from that second round so far has been the one to talk about, with the eco win coming through from PRX really setting the table. NRG saying, it's fine, lose that one. On our way back on the future rounds and not going to let this one go as far into a deficit, or a deficit at all, compared to where Fracture was.
I think they're doing quite well for themselves. Working their way through this attacking side despite a massive slip-up in round 2. Honestly, they've just picked themselves back up by their bootstraps, and it's only courtesy of the eco being one that PaperX can even continue to buy here on the defense.
They can't afford an operator for something. That'll be one thing gone off the table. Brock Odin is back in play. A lot of util being exchanged here. Forsaken tucked away. Has to get, unfortunately, revealed the fact that he shoots the Haunt, but Jing's the one that actually gets the kill through the smoke. Marred it down.
Great open up for PaperX, who dominate that mount control. PaperX going to be put through, oh sorry, NRG going to be put through their paces. They don't have any more Prowlers to deal with any of these aggressive plays for PaperX.
Oh,
spam onto something. Does at least equalize the numbers.
Wow.
And Scuba ready for the follow-up peek from Jingnet.
It's a crazy read, Ethan. Understanding that something or somebody will be behind that box and rewarded. But now look at this. Forsaken nearly had the secondary. Ethan a little bit too sharp. For PaperX, Envy still in play though. 2 versus 2. Nightfall ready to go, and he wants to rip that one through. No issues. Brock now behind that same box, and he's going to take him down by Divine. Envy doubling up here for PRX's 4th.
Yeah, good recovery from PaperX there. NRG not quite able to keep the streak of rounds going there. See Mount fight. Well navigated by PaperX. Had a lot of cheeky positions. You saw Forsaken up close towards that dark cover. Good turnaround for Ethan and Scuba when they were down in a 4-on-5. They were ready for that mid-round aggression. Honestly, if Forsaken doubles up there, the round would have been done outright, but the rest of PaperX pick up the pieces. It's just a very back-and-forth game of Lotus here.
Close margins as well. Obviously went down to a 2v2. Nightfall doing some work there, and Nightfall nearly ready again, but a Scuba onto something who doesn't get anything with the blades. Very unfortunate there.
Not ideal. Envy pushed off by the Viper wall. Well aware that he does have Odin in hand, and I don't think NRG are scared of it. Maybe they should be. Nice off angle. Paint shells and the paranoia not really connecting too much, but at least making Envy uncomfortable enough for NRG to claim the site.
Trying to do some damage on a Brock, or even get a kill, but not quite there as Marta converts onto Forsaken. 2 left alive. Now look, we've seen PRX win a 2v5 before, but Divine and Jing gonna have to do a little bit more than that. It's only Divine left, 1v4 ultimate in hand, but what can he really do here? We know he can certainly get some shots in, but look at the money situation.
Yeah. NRG being very disciplined here. Both teams a little bit lower on the cash, so they want to maximize the guns and not give Divine any chances of completing this clutch, let alone taking more guns here.
Does Divine even want to go for it? That's my question, because it just doesn't have the money to play with.
Yeah, fall back into spawn side. Hold on to the Vandal, but consequently, NRG, who are also quite light on the cash, will get through this round with 4 guns surviving. It's a very nice clap back to even things up 4 apiece.
Early shut down against something's Bladestorm. Everyone winning their ones. And a well-handled 4 versus 2 there, making sure the clutch is not going to be possible. So once again, we find ourselves all evened up 4-4 on Lotus. By the only gun in the hand. See what the rest of the economy looks like for PaperX after this.
Too much for Envy to do that. Especially after something goes down right at the start of the round.
Oh, that is not the economy look you want to see for PRX.
Yeah.
Quite a bit better for NRG. No blades for something, obviously, and a TP that could have been a death and will end up still being a death for Forsaken.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to go for the progression smoke play with the Haunt to try to scan somebody going across to Rebel. Yeah. It is a PaperX classic to throw out those dark covers and try to dive into them with the Omen or the Raze. In this case, though, as mentioned before, NRG very, very familiar with PaperX and all of their antics and quite happy to play around them.
Jing desperate to find that gun there, dropped by Forsaken. And the hand-me-down will not be passed over.
This is going to be a very, very good half for NRG, especially after they get E-Code round 2. Like, they're going to go up 5-4 with massive economy. A lot of ults coming off online here towards the tail end of the half. Like, I'm very, very impressed that they've been able to actually put themselves in a winning position on this attacking side of Lotus, given how this started. I
mean, the same situation on Fracture would have led PRX to quite the lead, but here on NRG, they're about to find the 5-4 here, especially with that kill into Envy, and still 1 gun left in the hands of Devi, and at the end of this one, he has to start asking the question again. Does he just go for the save?
30 seconds left.
Potentially so.
Last player
Not much for something to do there. NRG starting to really condition this A site. They've been kind of battering down the door in this part of the map a couple of rounds in a row here. Seen Paper X with a very, very quick opening towards A that has been pretty unsuccessful 2 rounds in a row. Something's Blade Storm, and then you saw that cheeky little play trying to go for the Haunt scan. Have to maybe try to rethink the approach, maybe, especially with the Steel Garden, move the Vice over to play retake A. It's definitely a viable option. Paper X have had a fair bit of success kind of fighting in the middle of the map and dominating C Mound.
That'd be an okay time for a timeout for PRX as well, as they will recover some of their economy for that next round. And a couple of ultimates to play in there. Showstopper I'm looking at. Both of Vices looking at Steel Garden here. Contact found, Divide. Okay, he's happy with that one. How much of a chase do NRG want to go on?
They've got really great money, so honestly, they can throw as many guns at this as they want to. So, as it stands, don't want to go through all of the effort and the trouble of digging of a Divide out of a fully set up C site. And NRG claimed the lead here, 5-4. Only a couple of rounds left to play, and NRG have got plenty of money. They've got plenty of ults to play with. Really, the onus is back on Paper X to try to conjure a little bit more magic, because they've been falling flat in the last couple.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities there. Something, like you said, not much to do, but maybe a cheeky headshot would have landed in a kill. So no timeout, but PRX still, again, really needs something out of this. Their economy is in the dumps and something back on the up. Half armors across the board for everybody. Can't even quite afford everything now. There's something would like a shot here. Dash ready to go, but NRG do not bite on the hook.
Second, peppering down at least one player outside of A there. Scuba a little worse for wear, but the regen shield will help him come back up to a little bit more of a healthy status, as NRG looking to pick up the pace towards C here with the Nightfall.
Haven't seen much out of C for NRG so far, so this time they're going to really commit into it. Shit will slow things down. With the Nightfall in play, PRX fully respecting something is ready once again. Paranoia will be pushing players off slightly, but just no one in the sightlines. He will reveal the operator once more.
Yeah, Steel Garden's getting traded, waiting for the Raze ult to kick this one off in combination with the Paranoia. In goes the Viper's Pit from NRG. It's a pretty deep one to try to zone Waterfall away and make things difficult for Paper X.
Here we go, Showstopper Jing. That's the opening he was looking for, but doesn't see Marta. Despite being flashed out, Marta gets the kill, Divide gets the trade, so there is still a 4 versus 4 against something. He wanted that operator kill for so long, gets it onto Kiko. Opportunity now, Envy onto Brock. 2 left, Scuba and Ethan to hold on, and they can't do it. Scuba needs to do a lot of work here, but something's got his number. We're back to evens, 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Paper X was able to put that retake together, given that the Showstopper had 0 impact on the retake there. The pit ends up kind of working against NRG. I understand they were really trying to dig their heels into Waterfall and give themselves an avenue to play towards long, but unfortunately, it just ends up being a big smoke to obscure the fact that Paper X are on the spike.
Now the flash here is on, makes it easy for Divide to be able to get that trade.
Good stuff inside of the pit from something. It's not easy to retake into a pit with an operator, I'll tell you that.
Like I said earlier, PRX needed to make that one work, and okay, let's just get this one underway, because Jing already wants to take some early control, playing off that smoke.
That's a classic set play from Paper X, going fishing for a pick outside of C, but unfortunately not able to get it. Scuba lurking outside of A here, has Defiant something to contend with. Not sure if something caught a whiff of it. Indeed, you see the ping come out, but with the wall going up for Scuba, he's going to be able to skulk away as NRG start to work mound control.
Okay, here, reclearing rather, and 4Second doesn't TP out in time. PRX dropping their members over towards C. Now the wrong rotate has to happen, Jing. Late to the party, unfortunately. All this Vice util stuck on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, Paper X are so far out of position here. Have to take a long way back on into it. That is ridiculous from Jing. Waits till the last minute, and Marta not respecting the boom bot.
Yeah, if he shoots the boom bot, unfortunately he just dies to Jing's swing there. So lose-lose scenario, and perfectly played by Jing. Makes the retake a little bit easier now. 4 versus 4, no ultimates though. On either side, Prowler in first. CT clear so far. And Scuba, like you said, on for the long flank. Wait for that activation, but he needs to get in position. Something. Big shot onto Ethan. Divide. Gets a kill to Brock as well. Okay. 1 versus 1. Does he have the shot Oh, Scuba's got to come in. Door's closing. Door is closing, brother. No, he's just got to give that one up, I'm afraid. He's gone. Can't even leave the site. That door timing's wild.
It's perfectly played there by Scuba. Just tapping the door. Devi just endlessly waiting for him to peek, but never quite gets the peek that he was looking for. And NRG, nice open plant for them. I think Scuba was so far away, I was getting a little bit concerned he wouldn't have a chance to get involved in the round, but plays it perfectly in the 1v1. Forsaken, fortunately, out on an island there. I mean, yeah, that was fantastic from Jing. Honestly, Paper Rex, it's crazy that they keep making some of these rounds so competitive because they were so far behind positionally after they lost Forsaken there. NRG was basically given a free C site.
Here we go, once again, making similar plays here, but this time it's mibr going in on a 1 HP, he survives. Takes down Forsaken once again. Big trades happening still on Mount 3 versus 4. Paranoia doesn't get as much as you would have liked, but Kiko will find Devi regardless. Now something has to find this next shot. Dash is about to fade away, and 3 members from NRG is too many for him to handle.
Not much for MB to do there. Well traded by NRG. What a resurgence to get 7 rounds on the attacking side, given the fact that they get eco'd after the pistol. Really, really nicely worked. Can see why they picked Lotus into this series. And I'm feeling good for them, man. They're going on to defense now. They're playing Senti double controller. I'd imagine that they're going to be quite pleased with themselves.
Starting to really win things over towards that mound side of things as well. These last 2 rounds, winning these controls. And something, he had a couple of the op kills, but not really dominating the map or controlling the spaces he would have wanted to. Like you said, the big recovery from that second round is really the story for NRG. And we already saw their ability to recover on Fracture. Unfortunately, the deficit ended up being a little bit too big for them, despite the fact that it took a couple extra timeouts from the PRX side to even dig in for that 13th round here on Lotus. Finished that first half with the lead. Feeling a lot better about their chances. Feeling like we can definitely go to a map 3.
It's up to Paper X here. Another pretty close half. More than serviceable, swapping back over onto this attacking side. But they have had a change of Enit. I think that does kind of help them in some regard. The fade over the sky will help them, as I mentioned before, kind of work the map. It's why it's a very, very popular choice of initiator on Lotus in particular, on a lot of 3-lane maps, because you can just solve any question mark that you need to by throwing a Prowler. You need to take B main, throw a Prowler. You need to take C mount, throw a Prowler. Clear rubble, throw a Prowler at it. Use the Haunt on cooldown. The sky will allow you to be a little bit more explosive, you know, which is how often, I mean, Paper X do like to play. And I think a lot of teams like to play that mimic this kind of Raze Jet burst comp, because the guiding light just gives you more burst potential. You go from contacting, making no noise at all, to guiding light, satchel dash straight into the site. It's very much faster than a fade will actually offer you.
Sounds a lot more like PRX's traditional playstyle as well. Double duelist, explode on with some flashes coming through from your sky.
I mean, the problem is, though, that as you kind of mentioned before, they're playing into a slower comp from NRG that has a lot more stall and a lot more util. You're fighting into a Vice that's going to give you some problems on the dive, less problems than if you were running something like a Neon. But even, you know, Viper Omen, going to be troublesome regardless, though. We're going to have fisticuffs here over A-Rubble right off the bat.
We'll see how PRX manages this situation. 4 members for NRG on their side, and one scan already out onto mibr. That location has been revealed. Wall's going to slow things down somewhat, and mibr just taking util damage from all angles. So is Brock.
Paper X not liking the way that A is feeling right now. They've taken a little bit of a chunk out of Brock and mibr, as mentioned, so I feel like they kind of win that exchange to some regard. mibr taking a little bit of a risk, looking for information, punished by something to give Paper X the opener.
And Paper X slowed down, walked back a little bit, then re-entered. Now NRG are interested once more again, so the wall to play off. Door tagged as well. Brock, reminder, one of the low HP members.
All of NRG are here, though. Paper X ready for the swing with a Paranoia is excellent to make them very uncomfortable. Paranoia back in response for Paper X. Very much fighting for control of Rubble here. This will definitely decide the pistol round. Scuba with 2 into a 1v1. Can Devi clutch yet another pistol for Paper X? Swing in from Scuba is beautiful, and a 3K to give NRG yet another great start to a half.
A big celebration from NRG as well from their side of the stage. Second pistol picked up in this map, and Question now will be, can they actually convert that into a string of wins? That second round eco from the first half still in the back of everyone's mind here. But obviously, massive trades back and forth over towards Rubble. The re-entry from PRX as well. But a 1v1, Scuba takes away from Divine, who's been so sharp today in the series. And Scuba showing, okay, I'm still good.
PaperX with a couple of upgraded pistols here on the eco. Divine can't do much against an outlaw on an angle like that. Up inside of the progression dark cover here. PaperX wait for the door to close before they make their next move.
Yeah, Marta's already basically cleared over towards Mound, relieves pressure away. NRG starting to rotate. Now the opening coming through. That is going to be Paranoia. Dodged out. Kiko would like to hit some of these shots, get some damage in there. Forsaken on 1 HP. And now they're just waiting for Kiko to see if that can be a kill. Ethan looking over towards the left, but doesn't quite manage to get a shot into play. Jing cleans up. Scuba gets Jing down, and now over towards the drop. Just back and forth. 2 versus 3 now. Still plenty of damage, even if PRX lose the round. But will they lose the round?
Player standing.
Well, they probably will.
Yeah, brute flank from Brock and Scuba. It's coming in tandem. I mean, the Lemmings made it into the site, and they had teeth, man. Actually took a couple of guns away from NRG. They were in pretty good positions to just shut that down outright, especially with the easy opening peak over on Mount side. But look, PaperX do a good job keeping it interesting. Put themselves in very annoying positions. I mean, you can see them kind of tucked in under drop here. That's not easy for Ethan to clear.
Yeah, frustrating death for Ethan on that one. Well, the rest of the players in a good position to finish things out. No shenanigans from Forsaken or anybody else. It's the last couple of plays alive for PRX. This is one of the biggest deficits that PRX has seen for quite a little bit.
Very close on the C's laid there. Almost had multiple players caught on the side of NRG. They dodge it nicely up behind their Viper wall, and now an immediate pivot back towards Mount for PaperX, but that's where I'm having a look at this Vice wall. Going to be a little bit harder to break through that.
So Boombot, Prowler, Claire coming through from NRG. To make sure no one was there on Rubble. That allows now for Kiko to move over.
Nice orb. They've got the Paranoia in the right position here, but Brock's only got a Spectre and a lot of work to do. There's the burst into the site that I was talking about, the TP up on top. Not necessarily ideal for Forsaken, and these are some awkward duels being taken. A lot of players here for NRG, but PaperX finally break through.
Okay, Ethan and Marta. Okay, they're really getting some good damage in. There's something on basically 1 HP here. Just a big flank. PRX weren't ready for it. And now something is just going to end up potentially saving this one. He's just... Well, he's a 1 versus 2, but the HP situation is rough. He's going to go for a potential long flank. Still got just barely enough time.
I mean, that could seriously work out. I don't know how tucked behind the box Marta is. Ethan's ready for it, though. Very much clued on. And that's a 10th round for NRG. Bonus converted. They are running away with Lotus right now.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic for NRG. As honestly, before the flank from Marta and Co came on through onto door, it was looking PRX's way for quite some time.
But that's where you look at NRG, not only the Vice tech with the wall, but also just how annoying they were being for PaperX to kind of isolate and hunt down inside of the site is exactly what allows for that door to open to be so impactful on the flank. If PaperX had made it safely into the site like 5 seconds sooner, that's probably their round.
Well, PRX facing the pressure now, will be taking a timeout. They are quite in the hole in terms of the round deficit so far. And a 1v2, that's something really would have taken a lot for him to win that one. And heads up play by Ethan to consider the fact that he might be getting long flanked. And as these rounds go by, it's looking more and more comfortable for NRG, and the likelihood of us going to a map 3 is starting to look really real.
Expect nothing less from this series. PaperX have very much dug themselves a hole here, though. Coming out of this timeout will be on a half buy on this attacking side, where it feels like they're getting shot down more often than not by NRG, who are playing an excellent game here.
Wall set.
Very well-rounded performance from pretty much everyone in the server as well. Like, no one is really lagging behind.
From both teams, really.
No
one's, as you say, really running super far ahead like Devi was on Fracture. Odin out for Brock this time around. Something feeling himself on the Marshall. Seen him do some magic on that before, but here we go. Omen versus Open first and foremost. Does that Prowler actually get a bit of a sightline? Maybe.
Nah, Forsaken tried to dodge it, and Kiko saw his cape going inside of the dark cover. Unfortunate. Disgusting off angle here from Brock. This is what we know him for.
And that Prowler certainly will be able to see Devi Revealing the Odin through that wall as well. Bit of a clear coming through. The rubble side from Envy.
Mada. Outlaw out yet again, looking to farm himself up a showstopper. He's halfway to it. Little taps on in will make a big difference in getting a rocket going a little earlier on. Something over on the other side of the map. Sees the shear wall. Dash active.
You can tell that shot put the fear into PRX as well. Okay. Tap the wall.
I have the spike.
Trigger the orb as well. Just wait this one out. Slow things down. 40 seconds left to play through. End on C. Playing pretty far back is going to be Scuba and Rock.
Yeah. Quite happy to let Paper X come to them. Only Sheriffs and Marshals in the mix here as the Paint Shells tries to clear out pillar side. They will be able to at least make it up onto the site and maybe even get a plant here, but how much more success can you really conjure as Paper X?
Well, they got to go for that plant sooner rather than later. Big damage! Brock finds his mark onto something inside the smoke. No problem. Scuba on the Divide as well. Now Jing. Yeah, just see if we can get a kill here or two. Help the economy.
Nice tap. Also building himself up a showstopper. One off now, courtesy of those two Sheriff shots, but NRG will complete the retake nonetheless.
11 found. Remember that 11-5 that we saw on Fracture the other way around? Well, PRX on the 5 end of things. NRG was able to make a little bit of a comeback. PRX, after that tack timeout, we'll need to think about where this gun round's gonna go.
Going into their attack timeout, they definitely would have been more so chatting about the adaptation and heading into this gun round. So let's see what they've prepped up here. The half buy is one thing. Plans may have changed, especially when you're considering the orb control. You're now one off two pretty big ults here for Paper X.
Yeah.
It's up to NRG to kind of deny those orbs.
Operator in hand. Something. Really keen for it. And Kiko a little bit more. Good spot on the Forsaken. Knows his tricks. Knows where he's going to end up being with that TP.
Just a flick one tap. Devastating to lose your smokes on the attacking side 5 seconds into the round. Just a disgusting shot from Kiko. And anything that you discuss on Paper X is very quickly getting much more difficult for you.
Yeah, it's going to have to end up being relying on the Cloudburst smokes or relying on that Nightfall now. His Divide is under pressure. Oh, he's lucky to survive that scenario. In fact, he was looking for that kill.
I'm surprised he almost got Mana there. Honestly, had no business doing anything at that point. 3 on 5 here for Paper X. Off angle from Scuba is looking pretty dirty.
This round is
a dumpster
fire. I hate to say it, but kind of in the bin at the moment. As Scuba just drops something from behind his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, what you can do here now? 2 versus 5. You don't feel good about giving up the round. It's about to be 12 for NRG. PRX kind of in the bin at the moment. This feels terrible for them.
Yep. Only thinking about Breeze at this point. Picked up by Envy. 30 seconds on the clock. I feel like I'm watching the Masters Grand Final all over again, like a stop map for Paper X. Oh no, we're so back. We're so done. Hopefully on Breeze we're so back.
We just speed ran Fracture straight into Lotus from that Grand Final, really. We skipped the other 3 maps in the middle. Time this one out. PRX, it sucks to be in a position where you got to save on this round to give the 12 over to NRG.
Especially after the attack timeout. Brock entering with the Odin. A little bit of a jiggle for Ethan there. They're well aware of where Envy is, and he won't make it away with the Operator, so something will be a little bit more empty-handed. And Paper X, they've got all of the ults, but none of the money up against map point here for NRG.
That round went from bad to worse with no recovery on the op. It just starts, like you said, you lose Forsaken like 5 seconds in, smoke's gone, something trying to make something happen over on towards B and just gets dropped from behind, no chance to recover there. And they're basically on 5 ults.
I mean, that's the kind of round that NRG does, though. I remember that America's lower final, I think it was, against mibr, where every round just feels hopeless. You get spammed.
Okay.
In goes that showstopper for Jing.
Let's see if we can find some hope. Jing really looking for it, just gonna have to throw that rocket out. Lots of ultimates being played in, and something again just doesn't really add anything as Ethan drops him almost immediately. Brock on the other side of that door, spamming on through. Jing made his way onto site, but they're just losing members. They're just continually losing more. NRG are gonna make this one look easy. 2 left, down to 1. Forsaken versus the world. And despite the rocket going sideways, NRG is the world. Forsaken can't even run. 13 and 5. NRG clapped back.
Yeah. Really, really nice recovery from NRG. I felt like they were definitely competitive in that first map, but rough starts to both of the halves. I think they very much showed their quality here on Lotus. Both halves definitely look like the better team, and PaperX a little bit sheepish, unfortunately, showing some of that map-to-map inconsistency that we just saw over at Masters London.
A second half, they were gone. I don't think they won a single round there, right?
And RRQ had been running this during the regular Pacific season, so I think that this is going to be a comp that PaperX are very familiar with. I know it says RRQ down there, but this is the third map between PaperX and NRG, and stylistically, this is going to be double Enit versus double Duelist, the Something Jet and Forsaken Neon that they have been running a lot on this map. It's a map they've been very up and down of, but their last streak of maps, you look at them cutting their teeth on the very best teams in the world, and you can feel some degree of confidence here for PaperX that they can close out this series. On the other side of things, NRG playing a lot of very strong teams over in Americas, but they haven't had as many international reps in the last 3 months on Breeze specifically.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, still looking at the things here, like, Breeze has been a reasonable good map for both of these teams. Breeze was, unfortunately, one of the maps that NRG dropped allowed in the qualifier coming into this one. As we also remember the PRX side of things, Breeze was a map that they did beat Liv on in the grand final for London. However, bit of rough waters on that, actually. Not a very clear-cut victory for them. We'll see if they can make this one a lot more clear-cut now. Again, don't mind the fact that it says RRQ on the top. That is, in fact, PaperX defensive side first, NRG attacking. Kick it off over towards Shops.
Is it the third and decider map here, opening up the group? Winner will go on to take Vitality, I believe, in a qualification game for the playoffs. Loser will play Carmine Core in the elimination. NRG creeping their way in towards A main. Viper wall goes up, dash on in, and they've been given an open A site here. Divide trying to spam one down before the plant goes down, but NRG with the forward high tide will take all control here, including yellow.
Massive coverage. It's going to be Divide hiding behind the high tide and seeing a couple of shots come through on the opposite end as well. The rest of NRG, rather, PaperX finally arrive.
Kiko up close and personal here. Not too much utility left over. Just the pistols here for NRG as PaperX start to make their moves.
Envy took a little bit of damage early on. Hiding away is going to be Kiko, and he's completely shuts down two members of PRX. As soon as they spot in, 4 versus 3 now, Brock. All the way in the back, Forsaken doesn't even get to move, and Jing, nothing in response either. Falling apart as PaperX, NRG, another pistol, 3 pistols in a row going their way.
Yeah, really nicely worked there from NRG, just keeping things simple. Creep up in towards A main, throw up the Viper wall, Sova Dart, and the dash on in, and when they recognize that it's a retake setup for PaperX, they choose to even take a step forward. That is a big strength of the Harbor in combination with the Viper. Originally, we used to see this over on Icebox, where you're kind of segmenting the walls, but the Harbor gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of where you actually want to control in terms of the site. So being able to kind of further extend that control gave PaperX a few more troubles on the retake going forward.
All right, Knife will probably get in for 2 players. Forsaken and Something is potentially got the sniper out, actually.
Yeah, 2 marshals. I mean, this is pretty common on Breeze, but PaperX in particular here do have a couple of upgrades to try to keep this one interesting.
Okay, Kiko there as well. Moving up through mid, walking into Something. He's been waiting for this opportunity.
Yep.
Buying up as well, given that what was the pistol going towards the NRG side of things? A very slow round. Look at the trappers well on the door side of things. Jing and Envy dodging out from the Viper molly as well. This could be very interesting. Should get checked though. 2 players there. Envy is the only one that actually gets somebody from the PaperX side of things.
Yeah, both of the marshals here. Divide on the rotation over. Something not really able to do too much as the Viper wall goes up. Takes a chunk out of Kiko.
Unfortunate.
But look, not much to be done here as the wall gets dropped on PaperX, and Divide not even able to take one more with him. Only Martyr to go down here for NRG, and a pretty nice anti-eco.
Yeah, but PaperX would have liked to see a little bit more coming through from the marshals. No one really biting over towards mid. The trap setup. Now the mid doors only delivering the 1 kill. That's after the fact that they dodged out from that molly as well. Once more, Ethan, the rest of NRG, defusing that situation. A device body shot on Kiko, not landing a kill either.
Fair bit invested in that round for PaperX. He's going to hamstring the opening gun round a little bit. A couple of sets of light armor. Full buy up for NRG, who were kind of cutting corners there. Initial contact. going the way of either one of these teams. Forsaken well aware that there's a couple of players over towards B main. That's the second time that Kiko has picked Forsaken on the jump spot, and this is a landslide for NRG.
Yeah, Forsaken's first deaths just keep going up, unfortunately, as the light armor gets a little bit lighter now, not in a good way for Paper Rex. 5 versus 2. You know, a map and a half ago, I would have said maybe still winnable for Paper Rex. Devi can certainly do it, but now the way this is going, looking like 3 in a row for NRG.
Yeah, they are all over this. Just keeping things pretty simple here, using the double E-net just to be able to take control of the mains and springboard into these quicker executes. Paper X having a really tough time dealing with it.
So those first deaths, man. No trades either. Heavy investment on that second round. Double marshals being brought in. Doesn't allow every single member on your team to have a full buy on this round 3 rifle. Now you have to walk out, tail tucked between your legs for Paper X. They even hold on to a couple of rifles here.
It's the best possible start for NRG, honestly. Like, the cash is already like 2+K on all of these players. They're about to win the bonus round, up 3-0 on the attacking side of Breeze. This is going to be a bit of a nightmare to navigate for Paper X.
Similar to what we saw in Fracture, but the opposite side around, right? I mean, we just saw the fact that you get those 5 in a row, bonus converted as well. After Paper X wins the pistol, they got both the pistols on Fracture now. 3 pistols in a row. Haven't seen anything come through from PRX's. The timeout coming through super early.
See what they want to kind of construct around these 2 rifles that have been kept through from the opening gun round. Might be some marshals or sheriffs to be invested in. Maybe throw a shotty in the mix, especially if they want to contest a main or something like that. Up to Paper X to kind of pick themselves up. This has been a false start here on Breeze so far. NRG are looking pretty locked in, really running through with all of the momentum they garnered from stomping Paper X on Lotus, and Breeze looks like it's heading in much the same direction.
I mean, it really did say it earlier on, but it kind of feels like we're speedrunning the London finals in a way where get a very resounding win on Fracture that this time around actually kind of gets a lot more competitive, and then slowly but surely throughout the rest of the series, and this time just in a BO3, losing momentum from PRX. Confidence seems down as well. Some of those magic moments you get out of Fracture, you're just not getting anymore.
Let's see what they come up with here. Got a lot of work to do. I think the objective starts to move, especially when you have this good of a start on the attacking side from, you know, being able to string rounds together, being able to break the money to how many can we kind of chip in early on here. You got to kind of adjust your expectations. Forsaken really going to go for a Guardian here. Down to $400. Indeed, he is investing quite a lot in this round. He feels like Paper X have a good chance to win it. 2
players with just the pistols out there as well, including something who's super far away from the Blade Storm. And PRX getting nice and active early on. A couple of players wanting to move a little bit deeper into the mid. As NRG, full respect, they want to be prepared for the potential PRX doing something here.
Yeah, something very much saving for an operator heading in towards the next round. Ethan jiggling for the mid push, and it's courtesy really of this deep wall from Paper X. Makes NRG a little bit nervous that they will be taking some space over there, and sometimes they even just throw down that wall and then just play towards the mains. In this case, NRG really doing their due diligence, working their way through the map up. Elbow drone goes into middle.
Drone sees nothing. Smoke ends up being pretty useful there for PRX just to hide inside the cove. They don't see anything on the opposite end either. Time is running out, and NRG have barely made moves. It's confusing Paper X a little bit.
I think they're making the right call here, though. Just dropping off Scooper in middle for the late lurk. He's able to play in front of this Viper wall, so it's not really troubling NRG too much as they group back up towards this A site. Similar to the pistol, it's just going to be Devi retake. The rest of Paper X have cleared all of B, but the execute's going to get in a little bit faster.
Oh, full flash, and Devi isn't able to get anything. Forsaken once again, first death. Very unfortunate. Brock will convert onto that lone player of Devi who can't respond at all. And Devi had one of the only rifles.
Yeah, something with naught but a classic. Oh, there you go. He's picked up the Vandal. Wants to try to make this one a little bit more interesting. 2 players cripplingly low on the side of NRG.
3 players off-site here as well. They do get smoked off. Gives a little bit of opportunity for PRX, who with their guns available, 2, 1 being picked up by something. It's playable, but it's not anymore. They're just leaving, aren't they?
Yeah, they got to save. You really got to min-max your money when NRG has this much cash. Like, you've got to be able to guarantee yourself as many gun rounds as you can get access to, because there's no breaking the attacking side economy anymore. Forsaken looking for some damage here at the end. Oh, sorry, Jing. For some damage here at the end of the round. Stand out by the KO knife. I do imagine he's probably just going to go down to the spike. doesn't feel the need to force the issue. He's trying to keep NRG interested so that maybe one of them died to the spike, but as it stands, NRG really just passing the test with flying colors. 5 alive heading into round 5. They're going to have like 7K on each of these players, something like that. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of cash for the attackers.
And they played that round so slowly as well that PRX, like I sort of mentioned, they got really confused towards the end. Didn't really know where to go. Even Divide just to anchor A alone, and we'll see what happens with that, and just couldn't even trade 1-for-1 there. Leaves Martyr, I believe, on 5 HP.
I think this changes plans for Paper X as well. I was pretty sure that something was saving for an operator, but as he picks up a Vandal to save into the next round, instead it's going to be rifle-centric game fate for Paper X.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Opener with the utility here. Keiko gets sent in, then wrapped back into middle here for NRG. Not going particularly well so far. They've really tried to cause a little bit of a reaction and a rotation in the early round for Paper X, but they still end up a man down.
Haven't seen PRX get in the first blood in some time now over the course of these rounds. It's Kiko trying to dive on in on A and being punished for it. Divide onto Brock as well. Okay, numbers starting to look really comfortable for Paper X. Will still be a plant coming on through, but a 2 versus 4 now. No ultimates in play. Plenty of money though, so NRG happy to get it done.
Scuba on the front foot. Nice placement of the Viper Orb here. Ethan could set him up with a nicely timed flash to try to start to even up the numbers. Scuba going for a little bit of a play here. Something well and truly ready for it. Just down to Ethan. Trying to do some damage to the economy of Paper X. Fragment. Got to keep something at arm's length. Forsaken's made it up onto the site, and Forsaken just, just pushing straight into the Fragment. Paper X getting themselves their first gun round here. One of many that'll be needed.
You're welcome.
Until Ethan wasn't ready for that. Something pushing into the Fragment. Leaves with 6 HP. One of the few times now that we're really starting to see Paper X getting that first blood, converting onto secondary kill, getting really heavy numbers in their favor. Starting to bite their way back into this map a little bit.
Be a long road back in, but that round was fantastic, really. NRG trying to go for one of these set plays where they set up the jet for success in the early round with a little bit of the double unit utility and have a wrap into middle in the mid round to catch some of those rotations.
Well, you want to see the op come through for something. That will now be the case. Back over towards mid. Has to be a little bit concerned about the dart.
Same for Keiko, though, and he's holding this line nicely. Paper X punished in the opening kills department yet again, and NRG with a man advantage.
Really expensive there, unfortunately, for PRX. Jing now playing off of Forsaken together. Hey, main's good. Null command is going to cause a little bit of issues here. Jing really would like a kill. He's got one, but instantly Kiko responds with more flashes. Decent, but Kiko doesn't care. That's going to be A taken care of. 4 versus 2 again. Once again, you have to look at the money side. Divide and Envy. How much do they want this?
It's locked out of it, really. The high tide only just went down. Envy's going to give it a little bit of a sniff, but Divide is just sitting in nest. I don't think he's interested in this 2-on-4 at all.
Just got around for Paper X. It's already gone the wrong way now. Not a bad shot from Envy.
Really just going for damage, though. I don't think he's particularly interested. Dart on in to keep NRG at arm's length. And nice gun. Yeah,
actually, not bad.
That's what he was going for the whole time. Really, really well worked. Heads-up play from Envy. He'll be able to hand that to something in the next round. And with 2 guns saved over, Paper X will be able to put together another buy here.
It's well played by Kiko at the start of that one. Out-dueling something and then converting a little bit later on as well.
Wouldn't be surprised to see NRG go for this quick mid to A yet again here. They do have some good ults to be doing it. You see often Keiko has been wielding the operator in the last round or so, but he can rip the Bladestone here, pick up the pace. You can get the Hunter's Fury on through with the dart up over the top. Something that could go quite well for NRG. They did just condition the mid to A, though, with the pick on mid doors and the null command. So we'll see what they want to go going for here. It does seem like they are going to choose to go to the other side of things. Back to B.
B's open. Nobody home. Late Storm, you called it. Will be popped this round as well for Kiko. And yep, full retake on B, I'm afraid, for Paper X. Something might catch a little bit of a whiff of a player. Oh, it doesn't quite land the shot, though. That would have been a hard one to land for sure. Kiko on the other side will just completely rip away Envy. 5v4.
Yeah, awkward exchange. Tried to go for the drone. Envy under a little bit too much pressure there. Drone from Brock does spot out that the flank will be coming through from Paper X as he meets up with the rest of the team on site. And NRG have flipped the map. They are in defense spawn. It's going to be a very difficult retake for Paper X.
Paper X now got to execute like they're the attacking side. Instead, at least their smokes are still online. Brock has a decent line and a decent shot onto Divine. Numbers are now looking sad. And something is just going to peel off in a 1v1. Marta, nice, okay. Makes things slightly better for them. Maybe just playing for the exits now.
Yeah, 100%. Trying to hold on to these 3 rifles, but at some point you've got to stop saving and start getting some rounds. Jing covers that smoke push from Scuba well, but that's where the good news really ends. 6-1 for NRG. What a brutal start to this map for the Pacific fans.
Yeah. NRG can just close out the one more round. They get the 7, and I think for PRX, recovering up to 4 would be pretty good for them at this stage. Because this kind of deficit is rough to make a comeback from. They are still going to have the weapons to play through, but I hear you, man. At some stage, you gotta stop saving. And I think this next round coming up might just be that one. Another timeout coming on through. Plenty to talk about for Paper X to recover in this half.
Yeah, second timeout for them. And just as many rounds here on Breeze have not had an answer for what NRG's been throwing at them so far. This has been a very well-constructed attacking side of Breeze. The double unit harbor is something that can be really difficult to play around, especially when the other team is so well organized. The attacking side op has been having some pretty serious impact. Like Keiko has been finding opening picks like it's nothing on the jet, causing a big problem for Paper X thus far. Needs Forsaken to start to turn things around here. He hasn't had any impact on the Neon.
Yeah.
It's usually a pretty good agent, pretty good map for him.
It's been a rough couple of maps. Like I said, that first death stat line is a bit haunting. When you look at a guy like Forsaken, you certainly expect more. And a massive turnaround for everyone on NRG. I mean, Marta had a rough go of Fracture, but now that's feels like such a long time ago. For NRG winning this the way they are is pretty shocking for Paper X and a shocking day for Pacific in general if they can't pull through.
Deep ball on mid here once again for Paper X. One way thrown into A main, very much trying to play disruptive. And there you go, wall dropped on Kiko and something gets the opener. Marta replying with the operator picked up from the jet though. He is pretty good at wielding this gun himself.
Yep. I've seen him on a jet before. Familiar territory, the op for Marta. Reckoning available here as NRG will play this one quietly. Let's take a look at Elbow. How much does PRX want to move up?
Yeah, NV knows he's kind of just in the Goldilocks spot. Not too hot, not too cold. He's just sitting tight. Ready to disrupt this pivot to B if necessary. Something on the other side of things has still got this A main info line with the operator. And Ethan got to spot that out. Well aware that the jet is sitting right there. Drone goes into middle here for NRG. Courtesy of that wall being put up by Devi, it's drawing out a lot of utility. But NRG just kind of simplifying things back towards A main.
Well, they got info that something is there based on the knife coming through from Ethan. How do they want to defuse the scenario? They have still util to play through. Box got recon in there as well. Okay, there it is. Just play the ultimate. That'll be enough, more than enough to push off our jet from the line. But Devi will still clean Ethan up. Something wanted more of that Blade Storm. Smarter and Brock. The operator changes hands once again. High Tide coming on in. 3 versus 2. 17 seconds left to play through 2v1. Envy. He's not been spotted just yet. Might have brilliant timing here, but needs to be able to get through undetected. And he can't do so. NRG again. Big celebration from their side of the stage. Collecting that 2v1 victory, extending their lead even further.
Yeah, nicely worked there for NRG. Finally, when Paper X are able to find an opener, immediate reply from Marta. And NRG just able to simplify a lot of these rounds and use the double unit to the best of its abilities. The KO knife spotting out where the operator is, and then they just place in the utility right where it's needed. They got to put themselves into a winnable post plant.
7-1, massive difference in rounds, and PRX have really burned through the timeouts as well. All alone now. They got to figure this one out. Back over towards mid. Something and Divide playing together. That is big information. Ethan, they're looking for him. They want him. And Divide's got it. Secondary as well. Onto Scuba. Not too bad. Sphere was used in that exchange as well. Kiko onto Divide for the exchange. 3 versus 4 now. His rifle will be recovered by Kiko.
Yeah, drone out onto the middle line. Sphere ripped by Envy. Looking to try to further extend the numbers, but dodged out nicely there by NRG. The rest of Paper X all swinging into middle. Kiko and Brock hitting the deck. It's all on Marta. Spike in hand. Gonna throw out a cove towards B to try to draw attention away from Paper X. Jing cutting the map in half.
Jing onto Marta. Yeah, he sees him, but he doesn't land the shots. Marta cleans him up. Well, at least they know where Marta is now. That's the good news. 30 HP as well. Something up next. Doesn't get the opportunity to make the shot happen, and this is unbelievable. Marta is still able to get 2.
He's in the Matrix. He just pre-fired that so perfectly onto Forsaken. Avoided something with the perfect high tide.
Yep.
I mean, if he had a little bit more HP, I thought he would have put together a 1v4 there.
Starting to look dangerous, that's for sure. I mean, he hit low HP, but just the ability to get past the early 2 plays and get those kills.
I mean, we're past dangerous for Paper Rex. They're getting cooked here.
Considering that was a 4v1, that's still rough for Paper Rex, dropping 2 members in that 4v1.
Yeah. Makes their money quite breakable here. Couple ults to work with, though. Overdrive and the Pit ready to go here for Paper X. It's a slow round. Again. I mean, 2-1-2 here for NRG. Deep wall across middle. Kiko on the line.
Should be an easy one, but I don't think Forsaken's got a bite. Something has been playing through mid multiple times now, using that Viper's wall to tuck himself in, and I lied about Forsaken. He does want to do something here, or perhaps that's actually just Kiko pushing in himself. In either case, another first death for Forsaken doesn't help Paper X yet.
Something's pretty deep in middle, though. Could be a great position to be leveraging in towards the mid to late round, but with that deep wall again, I mean, you just continue using the initiator utility. Something able to actually dash out nicely. Updraft dash with the cloud burst, keeps himself alive.
Might have pulled that through a little early. Didn't even see the drone yet, just kind of preempted the drone. Assumed the drone was going to spot him, but in the case, the drone did its job. As the rest of NRG grouped together, ready to finish on B, it's going to be essentially playing for a retake here. Envy already back in terms of his positioning on site.
Yeah, he pushed back into the site. Dart just came back up off cooldown, but at the end of the day, it's a Sova by himself against an entirety of a B execute, and they're really kind of narrowing down the options. They know he's front side site, flash flying on through, and he only goes 1-for-1. TP towards the backside of the site. Paranoia out from Jing, but they're more than ready for it.
I saw the lineup there for Envy, but unfortunately just couldn't land the second kill. Would have been pretty insane. 4 versus 2, Pit down. Paper X's chances dwindling here as something sees just a little bit of a shoulder of a player. And that shoulder converts into a Brock kill. Divide will be good for 1, but not good enough to do anything else.
Kiko's all over it. Another 3K. Having a blinder of a game on the Jet. Fantastic attacking side here for NRG. Really putting Paper X under the pump. If they want any chance of picking up Breeze here, they need probably both of the next 2 rounds, let's be honest.
Don't need that. They'll need to win the pistol anti-eco in the second half. I mean, the fact that Emmy gets 1 here, look at the possible lineup. Nearly had the secondary, but just couldn't quite get the head of Brock.
There's just too much to do, though. Like, you're playing as a Sova against a full execute.
Yeah. Look at the double outlaw into the operator here as well. Just trying to clean up these low HP Sheriff players coming through PRX, but Forsaken overdriving his way through to victory. That'll make things hurt a little bit for NRG, who, okay, numbers actually going the way of Paper X here, and they've recovered at least 1 outlaw.
Brock still on the line here. If the wall gets dropped, something would have gone down, but he's able to slip back through onto that nice off angle. Drone through towards elbow, confirming that NRG are still kind of hanging around in spawn side. Paper X will definitely want to be slowing this round down, not giving away this man advantage. With a minute on the clock, though, NRG need to get a bit of a wriggle on.
The other thing is, like, if you abandon this position, start giving away the guns, something Divide looking for those pickups. Oh, and Brock eats a shot. That is gross. 10 HP left.
Yeah, something sliding out onto the line. 1 share of shots, all that's needed to catch him on the cross, and down goes the spike. Ethan now trying to pick up the pieces, and something completes the thrifty for Paper X. That is a classic from them. The elbow play with the paranoia, overdrive ripped. It's a recipe for success when you have no money to work with. Now if they could just pick up this gun round towards the end of the half, it's at least doable.
The sheriff's in charge of this town. Forsaken overdriving through, delivering a couple of nice early kills, starting to give some weapons over, putting Brock on 10 HP, and no numbers at all for NRG to play. That is a well put together round for Paper X to start this campaign of a potential comeback back in again, but getting shot now. By the way, something did steal away that operator, but it's pushed off the line.
Drone at least spotting out where the op is playing. In goes the Harbor ult, as well as the null command, but something still picks one on the cross straight through the Viper wall. That is illegal. Divide out, waiting for further aggression, and he's going to find it as well. Nice multi-frag on in. Ethan trading one back. The high tide zoning Paper X away for now.
Ethan looking for more with this null command, but Marta's the one that will actually find this kill. There's not a lot of members left to play through. Just one, just Ethan. Taps the spike. Reels in the last three members. Forsaken is the one that bites, but Jing is the one that actually gets to chew up the last player. And now suddenly 2 rounds in a row, Paper X building back the confidence, building back the economy, building up the potential of a comeback.
Big whiff of the Hong Tai at the end of things there for Envy. That's the SEA power right there. So we head into half-time. He's going to need all of the energy possible. No pun intended. That's a really nice hold from Paper X, though. Something, despite 2 ults being thrown at him, and the Viper Wall still fights a pick, and Devi, who has only had a couple of little moments so far in this game of Breeze, that's a very key multi-frag. Like I said, Paper X needed both of those rounds towards the end of the half.
Yep.
And now it's at least doable, but I think NRG is still going to be feeling confident here.
Paper X still in it to win it. Need to see those magical moments. Saw the kind of insane rounds, insane kills that Devi got in the first 2 maps. Clutches he had on Fracture. Insane sheriff shots he had. On top of A on Lotus as well. And now late in the day, what an incredible eco they win. With only a couple rounds left to play through. Forsaken showing up when it counts as well.
Yeah.
Overdrive and play to sort of deliver that one over. But otherwise, NRG in full control of this map and in the position to win the entire series.
A little bit of momentum in towards the tail end of that last half, though, for Paper X. They need to really embody that. They'd love a pistol here. Start to close the gap in towards this second half. Start kicking things off on the attacking side. This is where, particularly playing into the comp that NRG is piloting here on Breeze, you're really going to be put through your paces. Harbor, KO, very disruptive comp. It's going to be coves, you know, one-ways, things like that. The Storm Searcher try to deny that kind of A main space. The KO knife really directing the flow of traffic and gathering information. Ethan is a bit of a master on this agent.
He's thinking deep. Man, the screen there, leading the charge for NRG. After a rough start in the series, game is in their hands, ball is in their court. Did say, though, for Paper X, they would like to finish the first half with at least 4. They got that, and now I think pistol basically required here.
Yeah, here on the B stream, we've already had one victory for Americas over Pacific. We are staring down the barrel of another. It's up to Paper X to change that narrative. Both teams kind of peppering shots down Rage in middle, and I'm surprised no one walks away dead from that.
Yeah,
so
a little bit.
Complete disengage, and Paper X pick up the pace into A.
Some damage done to players, something, and Marta the ones that actually get shot there, and Brock. See if he can find somebody through that smoke. Not going to be the case, but everyone's basically arriving now. Just waiting for Scuba to come through for spawn as well. Something up first. He's half HP, but it's Envy and Jing onto Marta and Brock. Numbers good for Paper X. Spike plant to come on through. Now NRG. Let's see what else they can do. Nothing so far. 5 versus 2 now. Kiko doesn't even get Devi either.
Planted.
Scuba. A little bit late to the party here. Never even got a chance to get involved. A flawless pistol for Paper X. Full momentum coming in from the end of that last half, and they are very much in this game of Breeze now.
Get that anti-eco in there. That's another round. 6 and 8 now starts to feel, if they get that round, a lot more doable. Then we're seeing the danger they can have on the bonus as well based on what Fracture is. Let's see if NRG has anything to say about it, though. This round, though, happy to just let it go economy-wise. Classics abroad. Something is potentially also making that save towards the op as well. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is just pistols with the Outlaw. Divide. Knows that NRG have taken that A main space, courtesy of the KO knife from early. Kiko jiggling around. Scuba maybe found the side of Forsaken for a moment, but it's all down to Mata to see if he can fashion even one kill. Nicely timed Storm Surge, but that's where it ends. Another flawless back-to-back for Paper Rex as they win their 4th round in a row.
Kiko showing off his dance moves there as Paper Rex walks in. Double flawless as mentioned, plenty of money in the bank. They could afford to really buy up here, given the amount of players on PRX that still had pistols for that round. Could be a very dangerous looking bonus coming on through in terms of economy.
See what NRG come up with.
Flawless.
Gap has closed quite substantially. Cannot afford to let a team of Paper X's caliber back into a game. It's going to be the flash to set up the jet for the pick here early on in combination with a little bit of a shocky onto door. Paper X just pinging out the map. Triple swing to try to re-clear that mid-space. And it seems like they want to group up back towards A. They're in two minds about what they want to be doing this round. I guess it's back to B here.
It's double rifle plus Guardian. Outlaw Bulldog, so somewhat reasonably competitive buy in terms of this bonus.
For sure.
A little bit of exploration coming through, mid under control for NRG. As NRG start to sniff the fact that it could be a B, and that's exactly what it looks like under pressure now. Scuba, he's paranoid out, but hiding behind a box. There's no contact just yet to be found. I mean, this is a scary moment for Scuba. The rest of the troops are still yet to arrive. Starting to come through from spawn now. As Mardig and Brock will be up. A couple of kills here looking good so far, and Brock is really delivering now. PRX not getting as much out of this push as they would have liked. But Divide into 1v1. Viper versus Viper. It's Phantom versus Outlaw, but Scuba's already tagged down. See if Divide can find that shot.
Scuba with the spike in hand here. Gonna kind of dance around.
30 seconds left.
Paper X are well aware that he was anchoring the side initially. He was spotted out early on. Wall going up for Scuba here. Divide. Sheriff in hand, creeping up on the line. Doesn't have a primary weapon to be using. 15 seconds on the clock, and Scuba is all over this tunnel flank.
Oh,
reading this one very well.
Is he? He is. Managed to get back in there, timing extremely well, as mentioned. Thought for a second that he might have turned away at the wrong time, but Divide just had not even a single shot to say in that round. But like I said, a dangerous bonus coming through that could be very competitive. Ends up in a 1 versus 1, so despite winning that one, very curious about the money situation for NRG.
Yeah, definitely a lot of guns taken away from them. But, able to at least deny that bonus.
Oh,
You have a judge on in here for Kiko. So just trying to scrap together a buy. Both teams starting to run out of money early on. As once again, you have a similar opening to the round here. Shock dart in towards doors. Got a lot of damage there to open things up. Something looking for a pick with the Outlaw over towards this B side of the map. And indeed, Scuba is low on armor. There it is.
Big shot. Scuba down. That is B. Almost open. Still player there in Brock. Just putting the pressure on numbers-wise to keep things interesting here as we go back over towards mid for PRX.
Invi taking space on B, causing a lot of problems. The judge is still here towards mid doors. That should be an easy opener for Kiko, who's under a little bit of pressure. Tentative now from Jing, pushed away by the fragment.
Paranoia. But Amada still gets Jing, and now Brock as well. Envy, you talked about him exploring over towards B. That might be the opening now to play on through. And NRG know it as well. Trying to cut off something here, and not going to get the time to get that cut off, actually.
Yeah, NRG on the wraparound through elbow. Spike has not gone down yet for Paper X. Envy is on the push all the way through spawn. Something planting in a safe location here as Marta creeps up on him, caught by Kiko as well. Ethan is ready for this flank from Divide. Great read on this round from NRG. Envy, last player surviving, and they know that he was deep on B. Cove onto the spike. Marta taps it, and they're giving him nothing. Nice opener here. 20 HP. Half has to come through. He's going to get a little bit of chip damage on Tomato, but it takes way too long to go through that cove here. Marta's off the spike. Going to start defusing it. Swing on through from Keiko. Gets it done for NRG. Double digits.
2 players there from Paper X. Really far away from helping something, unfortunately, as Envy. That is deep exploration all the way in enemy spawn, but doesn't quite have the HP all the time to do much more. And it starts out okay. We talk about the 1 kill from something onto Scuba, but beyond that, that mid doors causing issues for Paper X as they couldn't make their way through that at all.
The NRG very much on top of the rotations here. especially in a pretty complex round. Paper X with a little bit of a mixed bag buy here. Devi feeling like a hero with the Hero Vandal.
I have the spike.
Very close towards a pit. If he ends up in a post plant, this could be problems for an NRG whose money is still very much shaky at this point.
Which means that maybe the low buy of Paper X can still find some value here. Forsaken on the shotgun Neon. He's on the wrong patch of that, but he's doing what he can.
Very dangerous buy for NRG to be dealing with here. Paper X with a lot of weapons that could do some serious damage. This Outlaw is the main crux of the issue, though, and this is a fantastic angle for Keiko.
See if Paper X are ready for that one. No, not quite. Oh my god. Doubling up. Exactly what you want to see out of the Outlaw player, and now Paper X left hurting. Didn't even fast lane, didn't even really do too much in terms of utility, or otherwise I guess Kiko just sees over the top of everything either way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a dirty off angle over the top of the Viper wall. Not much really to be done. These are great positions for NRG. Like, they're really just out-positioning Paper X, preempting any kind of aggression. Spike dropped out in the open. Outlaw is still on the line if it's even needed. And something on double doors, cleaned up by Mada. A flawless round for NRG. And it's looking like back-to-back stomps to reverse sweep this series here.
And we're looking at an okay early half for Paper X. Double flawless. Really closing the gap slightly, but after that third round bonus of the half, things start to go back the way of NRG massively. I lied about the fast lane, but in either case, didn't really help Forsaken towards the end there. Finally, you get to see 5-4 rifles on Paper X.
See what they come up with here. Very much starting to run out of time. 2 players on light armor. It's a glass cannon Vandal here for Devi. Quick moves into middle for Paper X. Backed up by a little bit of elbow control.
It's fully taken here. Drone to reclear, potentially that gets removed, but the information gained. Now Jing on the line here. Brock trying to get flashed out, and something just takes him off the table. As we set the table now for A as well, it's got to be Scuba up first. Double poison orbs being played on in, but something has already made its way on site. He snuck away and finds an opportunity to just shut Kiko down. 5 versus 3 now. Seems like NRG are not quite ready for this one. Scuba has to drop off.
It's a bit of individual brilliance from something. Finds a really nice timing for those 2 openers. Open plant for Paper X, who are playing this from yellow side, and I think NRG are just forced to save.
I mean, they have the money for it, but the numbers don't look good. Mada's already on the other side of the map. Paper X clinging on to this map in the series so far. 7-11. NRG still, though, in control. 2 more rounds required. Still got 3 guns. Everyone's still got plenty of money. Plenty of ultimates coming online.
Dart into spawn side. I cannot believe Paper X are exiting here. They do not have much money. It's a big lineup for Ethan that takes 2 guns away from them. Scuba on the off angle now. Tested by Envy. They are losing all of these weapons. They cannot afford this at this point in the game here, Kev.
Yeah, it's NRG that have plenty of money. Even if NRG die here, look at their bank. It's good. Paper X are like throwing their lives and their guns away for not a lot of gain.
I don't know why they exited spawn side there. I got to be honest. Maybe they were concerned about the flank towards A main, but the dart confirmed that NRG was playing on spawn there. So definitely not ideal, especially when you're trying to come back from such a deficit here on the attacking side. These are weapons that you very much need.
Ethan happy with that. Doubles up with the Bulldog and doesn't even care if he dies because 4 ultimates online. Money's still amazing. Got a Blaze Storm up though from the side of NRG. And something got some magic to play with or what? Yes, sir, he does. Brock to respond. Don't even know if he gets a tag there. Doesn't look like it so far. Just completely whiffs on the Hunter's Fury. And on site we go now. What can Scuba do? He's alone at the moment, playing on the other side of the wall. Does he have the opportunity to burst on through? Jing just finds him. Might have revealed the barrel or something. And something has a freebie onto Brock. Goodbye, good night. 5v2. Give him 8 PRX.
That's 2 rounds in a row where something just multi-frags for Paper X and puts a round together. Kiko come in on the lurk, but that is a gorgeous little high-low for Paper X, who are very much on the warpath here. Still a lot of work to be done, though.
Do they want to run after Ethan?
No.
Again?
Probably not.
Something wants it.
The money's a little bit better this time around.
Something's keen. PRX recovering. They got 4 ultimates now as well. Forsaken one away. They're about to have the full stack. The Christmas tree online. Early Christmas with something in PRX on that round. Even though it's only July.
Looks like a timeout here. I'd imagine that's from NRG. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort. See what they can come up with. Still with plenty of cash in the back pocket to be able to put a buy together. They've got a null command, I believe, for one of these retakes. Could definitely help them out quite a bit. But their biggest issue right now is this, man. Something has been phenomenal at just self-sufficiently finding these openers for Paper X, and this is exactly the player that you need to start to get warmed up here. He's going to make a comeback on attack.
Look at the confidence. Well, he doesn't care. He's just going to run after Ethan. He needs the money as well in terms of not dying, but whatever. Run after him. Drop that rifle away from Ethan. He's beaten the timing for some of the U-tools as well, and we saw that 2 rounds ago. Given that insane timing versus Kiko, and then it felt like on that last round, kind of a similar story. All these opening trades going the way of PRX. It's kind of night and day to the PRX we were seeing on the rest of this map for the majority of these rounds.
Yeah, very slow start for them, but very much working their way back into things now. Still more work to be done. This is where all eyes are on NRG post their timeout to make a nice little adjustment. A couple of times this series, they've already been in some rougher positions, and at least this time, they're front running before the timeout's needed. 2 very big ultimates here. Both Marta and Ethan have got the Reckoning and Null Command, respectively. Could give Paper X a lot of problems here, but the pick could be fantastic to set up one of these post plants. Device been holding on to it for quite some time.
Big shot, Kiko. Makes his mark found. Shut down the big carrier PRX. That'll cause some problems.
Absolutely. Scuba on the line that he's played in multiple situations here. Going to drop himself the snake bite. Both teams just trading out a little bit of utility, a bit of pressure on this B side. Destroy out a big rotation here for NRG. And Ethan on the other side of things, playing very safely, not a toe out of line. Even if Paper X make their way into A, the KO Knife has scouted exactly where they're headed, and like I said before, there's some very big ults here for NRG with a man advantage to close this round after an excellent opening pick onto something.
It's going to be playing for a full retake now because you don't really see the rotation just through yet. Jing's going to rip his ultimate out, just a reposition on site itself.
Should be the pit going down here, and indeed it is. It's a pit for Brickside, though, not actually on the site. I think they very much understand that the Reckoning is going to be a problem here.
Null Command as well. I mean, you got both ultimates that can sort of defuse the Viper's Pit in due time, and they should both be used here as well. Hunter's Fury coming in. Envy shoving away NRG ever so slightly, and I don't think he actually got a tag there, unfortunately. Here it comes now. Reckoning push in. The entire squad right behind it. Jing goes down for second trays on the Brock, and Envy as well on the Scuba. It's looking fine for Paper X so far, but Ethan has something to say about it. 2 versus 2 now. Ethan low HP. Kiko operator on this retake, doubling up his PRX together. Time is starting to run out now, and Envy with 4 this round will deliver the 9th for Paper X.
Yeah, that's very clever pit placement there from Devi, making all the difference. Both of the ults burned through for NRG there. Post timeout, still not able to walk away with the gun round, even after something gets picked early on. It's been a big difference maker in a couple of these gun rounds. They're still able to navigate their way into a 4-on-5 where NRG had all the information, numbers advantage, all the ults, post-tack timeout, and they still lose the follow-up gun round. That is rough.
5v4 as mentioned, but they gave up site. Full retake. You'll say they've got ultimates for the retake, but they ended up not really getting rid of the pit at all, and Hunter's Fury from Envy as well to slow down that retake. And at the end of the day, 2v2 goes the way of Paper X, and NRG starting to feel the pressure of Paper X nipping at their heels now.
Yeah, this is another timeout here for NRG. 2 rounds in a row. This is very problematic indeed. I think whatever was said in the initial timeout hasn't really come to pass, and the coaching staff of NRG are really trying to hammer home the point. They need to close this game here. I mean, honestly, you're going into the upper bracket qualification match at the end of this group against Vitality, so your hard days are not behind you at the end of the day, but you definitely want to make your life easier by not going into the lowers here against KC on home turf.
Lack of an armor buy for NRG as their money situation has finally dwindled down. They still can't afford weapons. Notably, you do have that off on the Kiko and on the line early, but look at his HP already destroyed.
Yeah, great shock there from Envy to kick things off. Scuba very much on his lonesome. NRG set up heavily inside of middle. They'll have to wait for the mid to late round to try to go for a flood here. How much work can Scuba get done? If he does get a pick and cleanly is able to get away here, he can potentially drop a pit and buy some time. But Paper X diving into the site.
Yeah, high tide coming in. Good timing coming through Ramada as well. That'll buy time for Brock to arrive as well. And soon, it'll be Kiko to follow through. Slow going Paper X is trying to make their way through the back left side. Still haven't found Scuba yet, by the way. Forsaken, though, gets Marta out of the way, and Scuba finally activates alongside Brock. Bring this one down to a 4 versus 3. Still no plant to be heard of at the moment. 50 seconds left to play through, and PRX, are they committed to this?
Yeah, for sure they are. This is a localized 3-on-3. Ethan's inside a middle. Envy gives them the advantage, at least on the B side for the time being. Kiko down to 50 HP right since day dot. Something's found Ethan inside a middle. Kiko trading one back. Scuba hiding inside of his poison orb here. He's trying to be a little bit cheeky.
30 seconds left.
And Kiko sliding through that dark cover. Paper X with 2 frags in quick succession to get themselves double digits. How many rounds in a row is this, Kev?
A lot. We're about to find on out. It was starting to look like a nightmare for Paper X before, but in the last 5 or so rounds, they have been waking up. Opportunities here abound as they just get both the last 2 plays and the 2v2s. I mean, this is like the magical number.
Yeah.
2v2. PRX winning those. I mean, handedly.
Pretty consistently, NRG are up in numbers, but then when we head into these awkward post-plant situations, Paper X are just making the right moves in the mid-round to be able to kind of outmaneuver NRG, who are now out of cash.
That's it. This is like the first time NRG are really out of cash for this side as well. They're making some moves now. Led by the flash coming through from Ethan in mid. Forsaken and Envy ready for anything. What they're really ready for is a free sight on a Scuba. Gonna have to play a retake here, buddy.
Yeah, not much to be done. They've been kind of hammering his sights more often than not. I think he's probably getting pretty sick of it at this point. Phantom in hand. As the drone goes forward for PRX, he's going to tuck himself into the site. Forsaken, very much hot on his heels.
Oh my god,
comes
okay.
away with 2, but there's really not much left in this buy here for NRG, despite yet another man advantage.
It's about as well as you can do. Getting the double up there is pretty nice. And overdrive from Forsaken now to clean things up. Something on Kiko, 3 versus 3, but again, the money and also the guns all the way in PRX. That's not a bad shot from Ethan, though. You respect it. Now you're on for the retake for real. 3 versus 2. And he still has an ultimate to play through, but not positioned for it at the moment. Despite the lack of guns here, NRG moving together as a team, and Envy doesn't quite land the shot. Bit of a whiff here, Envy another opportunity, and Brock finds him. Gets a double, and NRG, despite having like no money at all, they get 12.
Yeah, both of the rounds you expect them to be putting together, they're not quite able to do it, but apparently they don't need coach intervention. Retake complete, and that series point here for NRG. Paper X very much under the pump now. Need 2 in a row to push us through into OT, and that's where the comeback is just going to need to continue chugging along. Much better looking buy here for NRG heading into the last. The pit wasn't even needed. Good double up from Scuba. Just sliding into the pocket with the Phantom.
I mean, it really does a lot. I mean, that shot was gross.
Yeah,
Ethan hitting that one is probably the round winner, but I think that wouldn't have mattered as much if Scuba didn't get that first 2. So the combination of their efforts.
Bro, the presence of mind to know that he's on the off angle up on top of Bricks. Quick one to start here for Paper X. Trying to be shut down by Ethan's KO knife, but Paper X going to push the issue into A.
Yep. Flashing on through. What can we find here? Marta on the Jing, but not really seeing much else from Ethan's POV. Doesn't matter, though, because it's still a 5v3. Marta's making good work of this defensive so far. My god, Marta making a triple here. Envy taken down as well. This might be the end. Paper X have got 1 left. 1 versus 5. Divide with all of the work to do. The NRG will not be undone here. You feel like the 13 as days revealed. Divide with the secondary. And a 1v3 here. This has to be an ace clutch, buddy. It's not going to be anything less than that. NRG can taste the victory. But can they get this one cleanly here without Divide walking out?
He's trying to slip away. Putting the wall up and down to keep them interested. He's been able to pinch the spike, but Scuba trying to stay 1 step ahead of this pivot back over to the B site. Tucks himself nice and safely into elbow with 40 seconds on the clock.
Viper versus Viper. Might have just made a
30
little
seconds
bit of noise there. Scuba calls the troops into action. Here's the footsteps for sure by now. Planner's got to come on through, and the timing should be good. 1 HP goes down as zero, and NRG clean things up. Pucker saw it coming. He handed me the USA card, and that is indeed the victor today. Paper X falling, Pacific falling in general, and NRG move through.
Yeah, it's a sad day on the B stream for the Pacific teams. Both RRQ and Paper X going down to NRG and 100 Thieves respectively. I mean, there's something in the water here in Paris for the teams from the Americas. They're doing pretty damn well for themselves.
Something in the water.